You came here searching for comfort and lies, looking for answers through borrowed eyes. Fed on stories, fed on fear, blind to the things that were always here. The mirror cracked, but you looked away, trading the truth for what others say. The noise grew loud, the signal was weak. Now it's time for the truth you seek. No more shadows on the wall, no more waiting for the fall. Open your eyes and stand your ground. The truth was lost, now it is found. Welcome to reality. Welcome to the facts you say. No more fantasy, no more blind authority. Welcome to reality, where truth cuts through hypocrisy. Stand up and finally see. Welcome to reality. The world keeps turning without your belief. Truth needs no approval, no relief. The evidence stands where emotions fail. Reality writes an unforgiving tale. You can rage against the stone, you can shout that you're alone, but facts remain when stories die. The truth survives every lie. No more running from the light, no more hiding from the fight. Face the world for what it is, not for what you wish existed. Welcome to reality. Welcome.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm gonna call this Touching Teachers Tuesdays or something. I'm gonna change the name of it right now.
Welcome to reality. Joe stands at the gate tonight, holding truth against the night. No promises, no disguise, only open, waking eyes. The road is hard, the road is long, but reality makes the spirit strong. Break the chains inside your mind, leave the empty myths behind. Welcome to reality. Truth remains. Truth remains. Welcome to reality. Facts remain. Facts Welcome to reality. Welcome to the world you see. No more fantasy, no more false sanctity. Welcome to reality. The truth will always set you free. Stand tall and finally see. Welcome to reality. The door is open. The veil is gone. Welcome to reality.
All right, guys, what's up? Welcome in. Those are from Evil Eddie. Check out his stuff. And I've changed the name of the show just right now to I might do this a little bit more or something. I changed it to let me see what I changed it to. TheJoealityRealm. Teachers Touchers Tuesday. Hold women as accountable as the men. We see countless cases of female teachers who are always married almost every single time, diddling students, touching students, very young students, like middle school. Middle school is now diddle school. Okay? Middle school is now diddle school. I don't even know if it'll let me type that. Okay. Middle school is now diddle school. We see it all the time. It's ridiculous. There's endless stories. Like, that's the only reason I'm doing this. It seems to be endless stories for me to cover. And a lot of the media, besides this like Law and Crime channel, they don't really cover it. And the women don't really get held accountable for it. So we're going to kind of start with this one right here. I'm going to fast forward some of the fluff and just get it started.
And that's home to Tesh Elementary School, where for a time, 31-year-old Marissa Noel was reportedly a fifth grade teacher. Now, Marissa is one of two defendants we're going to talk about today, and the investigation into her alleged misconduct began on January 28th of this year. And that's when officials say they received a tip for a reported inappropriate relationship between Marissa and one of her former students. Now, this investigation was headed by the Louisiana Bureau of Investigation and eventually was assisted by Homeland Security. The investigation went on for literal months. That is until April 13th, when Marissa was arrested. She faced a few charges right out of the gate, including 4 counts of indecent behavior with juveniles and 4 more counts of computer-aided
8 counts, guys. 8.
solicitation of a minor. At the time, St. Martin investigators said Marissa had been having an inappropriate relationship with one of her former students, and that's why she faced those 8 charges. And
how much time, without knowing much about it, how much time do you think she's going to get and be served? I have not seen this. I just decided to kind of run with this right now. I'm going to guess 3 years served. So 6 years. So 3 years served is my guess. You know, I don't actually know what she did yet. But whatever a man would get, cut it in half, and then cut that in half again, and that's probably what she'll get.
though those charges are really serious, they're nothing to scoff at. But her charges later doubled and then some just a couple of days later. And these charges are even more severe than the first. Here's how Marissa Noel's charges break down now. In all, she faces 25 felony charges, including 10 counts of indecent behavior with juveniles, 1 count of first-degree rape, 2 counts of child sex abuse materials, 1 count unlawful communications, telecommunications devices, improper language, harassment, and 3 counts of computer-aided solicitation of a minor.
Sounds like she even did a little bit of wire fraud.
She belongs to the streets.
Now, those charges were brought when a second former student came forward and more alleged.
Yeah, it probably is going to be about tops 1.5 years. You're probably right. And that's including her getting like pregnant.
Evidence against Marissa was presented to prosecutors. And now here's the kind of tricky part. There's not much out there about what exactly Marissa is accused of. It's difficult because she was a fifth grade teacher, meaning the victims in this case are likely rather young. And prosecutors want to make sure to protect their privacy, their identities, so we don't have all the nitty gritty details. But based on her charges, we can make some educated inferences. For example, she's charged with indecent behavior with juveniles, plural, meaning there are allegedly multiple victims. She's also charged with rape, meaning prosecutors believe they can prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Marissa had unconsensual sex with one of these victims. And I say that non-consensual because if the victim really was one of her students, they would not be old enough to legally consent. And then, of course, there's the abuse of power. Some states have statutes already in place preventing teachers, clergy, or people of the like from having sexual relations with students, even if they're above the age of consent, because the abuse of power. Whatever way you want to spin it, it doesn't look good for Marissa, and neither does her charge of child abuse materials. This could mean Marissa is accused of having explicit photos on her phone or her iCloud. We're going to talk more about that during the interview, but we can also make an educated guess that prosecutors have some sort of communication up their sleeves, whether it's texts, DMs, Snapchat, something concrete with receipts based on her 3 charges of computer-aided solicitation of a minor. And this is just Marissa we're talking about. There's also her so-called bestie, Courtney Burley, who's
She brought her friend in too. Look at this.
recently been charged too. Now, this was when Marissa's second set of charges came that Courtney kind of was introduced into this investigation. The Louisiana Attorney General said, quote, "That's when the Louisiana Bureau of Investigation arrested Burley," meaning Courtney, "on these charges of her involvement in the crime." She went on to say Burley's arrest is the result of an ongoing joint investigation between the Louisiana Bureau of Investigation, the St. Martin Parish Sheriff's Office, and Homeland Security investigations involving the sexual abuse of a child under the age of 13. So what are Courtney's charges? They're not as well defined as Marissa's. She's been charged, quote unquote, in connection with Marissa's alleged inappropriate relationships. And she faces 3 charges, including indecent behavior with juveniles as an accessory after the fact and cruelty to juveniles. And we're going to talk about what all of this means during the interview as far as Courtney's alleged involvement and her arrest on April 16th. But here's what we know about her right now. Courtney and Marissa are seemingly best friends. This is a post they made to Facebook. Courtney wrote besties and then had a kissing emoji. She said, "And to all the haters, keep hating," laughing.
Huh, please. Wow.
Emoji. She's pretty active on social media. She's made multiple posts with her family, and also it's worth noting that she's seemingly religious. She even has a tattoo to prove it. Take a look at this post. Courtney wrote, "A true friend knows your heart and carries it with them through thick and thin," star emoji. "Carrying this reminder with me always," infinity symbol. And then she shows a tattoo. It's Proverbs 27:9. It reads, "Perfume and incense bring joy to the heart, and the pleasantness of a friend springs from their heartfelt advice."
What the hell? Perfume and incense bring joy to the heart, and pleasantness of a friend springs from the heartfelt advice. That sounds like trash. I don't even believe that's probably the right one. What an idiot.
How do we go from that, a Proverbs Bible verse tattoo, to being the alleged
So let's dive deep into that a little bit. Guys, modern day Christianity is like fake as hell. She probably listens to Joel Osteen or does one of these new age prosperity gospel churches and stuff like that. You know, how about we get biblical on your ass and, you know, give you equal punishment. You know what I mean? Like, you know, let's get biblical on her ass and do something. You know, she has to get, you know, punished for this too. So I'm sick of this. You know, how about this? Just don't say, yeah, go Old Testament on her. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's, I'm going to be honest. when I see someone with a cross, particularly a woman, I don't really pay attention if many guys have a cross or not, so I'm not really even talking about that. It means the opposite. It means they're untrustworthy, ungodly, selfish, a whore, and immoral. That's what that means now. So if you see someone with a tattooed on them, especially, you know that they're cooked. If you see a woman wearing a cross, I would almost stay away from her because it's demonic. They use that to lure you in. Oh, I'm Christian. I'm good. No, you're not. You're not actually Christian. You're garbage. Most modern day, a lot of modern Christianity is dog shit. Are we living with Christian values? No. Are we standing up for Christian values? No. Are we living more selfish than ever? Yes. Are we being complete whores and degenerates doing drugs and everything? Yeah. Like, we are. So stop, pretending to do all this shit. Just stop it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jesus would probably rather have you take ownership for who you are and being authentic than not, than pretending to do it. Because it's actually probably, I don't know if that would be considered blasphemy or not. Like, using this as like a brand, using like, any girl that you see do corn and OF, they're wearing a cross the entire time. It's dog shit.
Partner in crime of a former teacher, now accused of sexually assault.
And look at her eyes on the left there.
You know the thing about a shark, he's got lifeless eyes. Black eyes, like a doll's eyes. Vampire.
Assaulting two students. All right, there's a lot to discuss in this case and no time to waste. So let's bring on today's guest. It's civil sex abuse attorney and former prosecutor, also friend of the show, John Clune. Thanks so much for coming on Scandal with us today, John. And I guess let's start with this. I mean,
so I want to say this too. This is where you got to give Islam some credit. They're not going to tolerate this. They are going to stone her in the streets and do a lot and make you watch it so it doesn't happen. This is not happening in those Muslim countries. Yeah, they might live like savages with some other stuff, but like this is us living like degenerate savages. She's only going to get a slap on the wrist. I almost guarantee we should actually look into this. Maybe I'll search this afterward. I almost guarantee you these women that they give a soft sentence to, they're going to go back and do it again because they didn't really get that harsh of a sentence to really deter them from doing it. This almost always happens. If you're a guy working construction or something like that and you're taking a piss and someone sees you and it's near like a playground or something like that and you're not creepy or anything, you just simply had to piss and there's nowhere else to piss and you're on a job or something like that, you're going to get in more trouble than these teachers will, who are doing all types of stuff.
you and I together have covered a lot of cases with quote unquote bad.
Another thing too, the sisterhood still protects the sisterhood with this. They're going to try to like justify it. Men get pissed when other men do this. Women are not really doing that. Not that I see. Our school systems are dog shit. If you go into your local public school on the elementary, middle school, or high school level, it's 90% women there. The only men there is like the janitor and maybe like a superintendent or a council member guy, and he's probably gay, which is fine. I wouldn't have a problem with that, but they're becoming more degenerate, stupider, incompetent. They always want more money. Their answer is going to be like, well, we need more funding, or else the only way to stop the diddling is we need even more funding. If these kids had better school supplies, they wouldn't be getting diddled. Please. They're dog shit. Whiteout writes in all reality, they might do it when they get released, no matter how long they spend in prison. I say based on the recidivism rates. Yeah. I believe that. I think it's like a compulsion they can't change anymore. But the only thing that will change their compulsion is pain. That's what I'm saying. Cane these women in the streets. Let the kids cane them. If they, let the kids cane them on recess and stuff. We're too soft on this here for women. To be honest, I actually think women should even get a little bit more of a punishment than men right now, because we've given our trust to them. We trust them. They're supposed to be more caring, more nurturing, and they've taken advantage of that. They won't even let men go in the school because, like, you're going to be all creepy. You don't need to be in there and stuff like that. So, like, you're basically half expecting the guy to do it, and he's going to get a really bad punishment. These women are getting, like, no punishment.
Bad teachers. However, I don't often see two defendants. And again, we'll get into this in our interview. We don't know that much about the second defendant, but in your, I guess, experience, is it interesting at the very least to see two defendants kind of charged in tandem with something like this?
Yeah, and we'll have to see what she actually did. It looked like it's probably more like behavior after the fact that got her in the hot water, maybe not so much acting in tandem for the underlying offense itself.
Okay, let's talk about that, because it's kind of, I mean, we have one teacher, Marissa. No,
we don't want her in hot water. We want her in boiling water. When are we gonna stop this? You know what I'm saying? This is where Islam has it right. Throw these people off a roof. You got to start doing shit like that. Our prison industrial complex is trash. It's wasteful to the taxpayer. It doesn't reform really anybody. No one really gets justice. The justice takes too long. You got to pay for your own lawyers. Most of the time, the big corporations, big companies, big pharma and all that have unlimited law. They have so much law resources, you can't even start to sue them. Okay? Why don't we just cut the time? Like, I don't really want to be, like, feeding this person in prison for years and have them make fucking license plates. I'm okay with we can have an automated license plate machine maker. We don't need her to make license plates. We're going to be doing just fine without her doing that. Like, I don't know why we need to have this person back in society. What is she going to do when she gets out? She could only work with kids because she is not smart enough to even work with adults to begin with.
Well, she's kind of our main defendant, and she faces multiple allegations, 25 charges in all. We'll dig into that. But now the new arrest is her friend. They have these posts together that they're besties, basically saying, like, haters gonna hate. And her friend has now been arrested and charged, but we don't know exactly what she may have done. I mean, could you hypothesize on why she may have been charged?
Yeah, usually when you have somebody who's charged as an accessory after the fact, that means they did something to help them get away with the charge. They hid them from law enforcement. They lied to law enforcement to get them off the trail. Or what could be an issue in this case may have helped with destruction of evidence.
Oh, okay. So there's kind of a couple of things that she could face. And by the way, the second defendant, Courtney, I mean, she, if that's the case, and is covering up for the allegations that Marissa, the fifth grade teacher, faces, they're pretty severe charges. And again, we don't know that much about the allegations, but based on her charges, I feel like we can kind of gather what she may have done. For instance, one of her charges is computer aided solicitation. That, to me, I'm thinking is likely texting, Snapchat, Facebook Messenger, something of the like, emailing, maybe even talking to one of these students, the alleged victims or survivors in the case, about, maybe having sex, maybe meeting up. What are your thoughts about that charge?
Yeah, you're right. It's going to be some sort of messaging, most likely. Sometimes it's computer based. Some of these schools have computers that are either required or accessible for all kids, and they have a particular platform that the school uses. And so sometimes we've seen teachers use that computer platform as a form of messaging. But whether it's that or some more traditional, like, text or social media app chat, that seems to be the most likely scenario for this.
So likely we're going to have some form of communication here. And in most of the cases you and I cover involving teachers who are alleged of something pretty severe, they're oftentimes is some sort of digital trail. And honestly, in any case at this point, because we all have our phones on us at all times, I've seen many cases where teachers, allegedly text like, don't tell anyone, or it was great when we made out, or things like that. Sometimes I've seen that literally in black and white that teachers text, and I truly cannot get over that. Why do you think, in your experience, would a defendant write something so incriminating?
Well, in a lot of these child sexual abuse cases, these aren't bank robbers. These aren't people that are planning how they're going to get away with their crime. They're more focused on, how do I get the access to the kiddo that I'm looking for? And so because of that, you see a lot more free flowing usage of, these chat messages, even though if it were to all blow up, it's the star evidence for the prosecution. That's just not what they're thinking about when they're sending these messages.
I wonder if it's almost a heat of the moment situation, like, oh my gosh, we're not going to get caught. This is so dangerous. This is so dirty. Maybe going through their minds like, oh, let's just do it no matter what. And I guess I do have to wonder how it gets to that point, because obviously teachers are taught right from wrong. We trust them with our students, with our children, and a lot of them by and large are very good people. I know a lot of teachers, great people, but once in a while, same with police officers, people of power, doctors, once in a while we have a bad apple. So how does it go from, hey, I'm your 5th grade teacher, we're going to be talking about 5-paragraph essays today, to the allegations of rape? Is there grooming in there, do you think?
There's almost always going to be grooming in there. It'd be very rare to not have some sort of grooming. And even the use of these messages is an excellent form of grooming if you're an offender. It's different than before we had this kind of digital era where, the teacher had access to the kid during the day, during school, with lots of people around there. Maybe there was an extracurricular activity where they might have interaction. Now you have access to the kid kind of 24/7. So this digital era has become kind of the main form of grooming that we see, and it's effective. You do have the ability to communicate with these kids, at pretty much any time of the day. A lot of kids have their phones. I don't know if the 5th grader had a phone or not, but if they have phones, they have their phones in their room and they go to bed at night. We put our kids to bed, and if parents don't take their phones away from their kids, then people have the ability to communicate with no parental supervision. It can be, unfortunately, a very effective form of grooming.
Oh, I'm not a parent yet, so I don't really think about all of that.
Okay.
I know that a lot of our viewers are, and they have to. And I'm kind of, as you were talking about it, I was putting myself.
So I'm not a parent, and if I was, I've already put plenty of thought to this. I'm not going to send my kid to public school, the public school system. They come out retarded anyways. So they're not really getting that great of an education. I actually would probably rather not send them to school than send them to school with a bunch of degenerates like this and other stupid kids. And the teachers are even more stupid. So, some of this is the parents' fault too. I feel like the parents maybe could have perhaps been more aware of this too. And I guarantee you this almost cannot, well, it could happen, but the chance of this not happening if your child doesn't have a smartphone is probably reduced 80%. So there's still a 20% chance there of, if the kid has to stay late after school, or I don't know, has to stay inside for recess or something. I'm not sure. But I guarantee you, if the kid doesn't have a way to communicate with the teacher, unless it's through the parent, this really can't happen. So if you take the phone away and all the social media away, they don't really have a chance to groom the kid, basically. So some of it's the parents' fault too. They're not really going to say that, but part of it's the parents' fault.
Back in that era, I got my cell phone in 7th grade, but I remember kids in intermediate school in 5th and 6th grade having cell phones. It's something that happened. So I wouldn't be shocked if these 5th graders had phones. And of
course they do. They're putting pictures of their pussy on the internet probably at that age, because they don't give, they're cooked.
Course, before bed, even now as an adult, I'm like on Instagram before bed, I'm sending messages to my friends, whatever. And that to your point, is terrifying. If a teacher is able to slide into the DMs, send a Snapchat, whatever, talking to the student outside of school late at night, that unto itself.
Guys, Snapchat is only for cheating, period. That's what it's for, is for cheating and doing shit you're not supposed to do. That's it. That's it. So I don't know why people have it. They post dumb shit on their like stories and stuff. It's only for cheating, period. It should be called Snatch Chat. It's only for cheating, period.
Is that a red flag if a teacher is communicating with a student?
And a lot of that actually comes from China and other places to kind of degenerate us. And they're saying, hey, go ahead. Let yourselves be idiots and degenerate yourself. Similar to like the opium wars and stuff like that. That's kind of like what they're doing. Like, hey, knock yourself out. Go ahead. Go crazy with it.
Outside of a school email?
Like every single time, that's a red flag. And that shouldn't be happening for any reason.
That's the parents' responsibility, too. You don't need your kid. Your kid can have a cell phone, but only to basically call or text the parent. That's it. That's pretty much it. You know, they're gonna be able to do just fine and talk to the kids at school and stuff. Maybe a couple friends, but you know, it should be filtered through the parent. The teacher should be talking to the adults, not to the student directly. It's a fifth grader.
Mm-hmm.
What's the fifth grader gonna do? You know, drive himself to school and shit? No. Snapchat is for cheating only, period.
Should be some sort of appropriate channel for, you know, communication. Sometimes schools will use an app that allows parents in the school to actually monitor what all the communications are within the school. So you do have the ability as a teacher or administrator to communicate with a child, but it's something that's monitored by, again, like parents and the schools. But any kind of like, you know, your DMs or text messaging, private one-on-one communications, those communications should never happen. It should always be a red flag. Maybe somebody's not grooming somebody for sexual misconduct, but that kind of behavior shouldn't happen at that age.
It's so hard because
there's one more thing, Snowboard. So my job, they monitor our social media, and there's actually software and tools that they have that they can literally scrub the internet, scrub your software, scrub your online presence, and scrub your, you know, whether it's YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn, they can scrub that. And that's something that they really should be doing on teachers. Teachers should have a stricter standard into what they can post, because I have an issue with teachers posting TikTok dances and crazy stuff because that is so adolescent. And my whole thing is, you're doing this to attract adolescents. Teachers should not be having, you know, booty pics and bathing suit shots and twerking. No, because to me that's just invited chaos.
Yeah. And it should be shamed ahead of time. This is what I'm saying. Islam, you know, you hate them, but they don't have this problem. And if they do find a woman doing it, they're going to make a damn good example of her, and no one's going to do that again. You know what I mean? I want to see someone get a hand cut off or something, so they can't, you know, do this shit anymore, something like that. We have to start getting biblical with it, because what we're doing now, it's not working. But also the private prison industrial complex and stuff, they want them in there a little bit for a couple years to go back out with not being reformed at all in any way. Then they'll do it again, and then they come back in. So that's a part of it too. We're not like reforming it. Like some of these people, I don't think can really be reformed at this point.
It's a joke.
It's a joke. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a joke. You know, at the end of the day, prisons are just warehouses. And you know, they, in all honesty, they'll be better off just putting them all on an island and let it and let it be some biblical Lord of the Rings stuff. They would be better
Yeah.
off doing that.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, there's no real rehabilitation. Now, I don't know if you ever watch those prison shows in the UK and everything like that, where it's just insane because those things are like dorms. But
Yeah.
for us to have something on here, now, at the end of the day, I look at it from this perspective. We all know, and we can pull up the studies, that if you don't invest in children, that early education, that socialization, that right from wrong, learn to be good citizens, things like, if you don't focus on the children and the education, if we don't pay for it on the front end, we're going to pay for it on the back end. And it's insane when it's cheaper to send someone to college than to prison. Think about it. It's cheaper to send someone to pay, send them to a good, private high school, college, than it is to send them to prison. Because I think someone in the chat, if you can fact check it, I think it's like 30,000-40,000 a year per prisoner.
Yeah, it might even be like 70. I don't know what
It's insane.
came to my mind, but it's a lot of money. And they are getting educated in prison on how to be a better criminal and not get caught.
That's all it is.
That's all they're going to learn. So it's like, we're actually multiplying the problem. And I don't want to pay for that. I don't want to pay for these people.
Learning to be better. They're just learning how to be better predators.
Yeah, exactly.
And so
they're surrounded by other predators, so there's no way it can't happen. Like, do I think, I think when it's like a sexually based crime and stuff, that's a little bit different than like theft. Because a lot of people who steal, they just kind of have no money, or maybe they have a drug problem, so they need to generate money to buy more drugs and stuff like that. I think that has a higher chance of being rehabilitated, but this stuff, not really.
Yeah, and
they're already willing to risk it all to do it. So if they get a slight slap on the wrist, they're going to say, like, it really wasn't that bad. I think it's kind of worth maybe doing it again or risking it.
And so in regards to these degenerates, that's why anyone who would steal and corrupt the innocence of a child should be buried under cell, because at the end of the day, all you're doing is creating
more people who are going to do that as
because you've heard me say in the past, I will never ever date again any woman has had SV in her life, her pappy or grandpappy or uncle was a little too touchy-feely, or I was going to send you this clip yesterday, but there wasn't an appropriate time or subject for that. It was this chick, talked about being SA'd several times. It's like, what the hell? It just creates issues, and all they're doing is, these kids, they're never the same. Even if you look at that Mary Lou Terno, you know who I'm talking about, Mary Lou thing, or that chick that had that with the Billy Bob, that kind of Indonesian, I guess Samoan type kid, and had 2 kids with him. That literally she went to. This was the big thing in the 90s.
I don't know really what it is off the top of my head.
Yeah, I'll send you a link. But yeah, so this teacher, famously in the 90s, she was married, had kids, and Billy Falau or something like that. They actually did a movie about this as well. But he was one of her students, and she started grooming him like around 12ish, something like that.
You mean Billy Flynn, the Pamela Smart? Because we've covered that one before. Okay, that was a different 90s one.
Yeah, and so what ended up happening was she ended up, getting caught, going to jail, and then as a matter of fact, and then she got put out on bail, and got arrested, giving him head. As a matter of fact, Paul Mooney, that's who Paul Mooney was talking about.
Yeah. Oh, he was? Oh, because let's go to that right now, because I always have that queued up for this. This is what he was. Okay, I didn't know that.
Mary Kay Letourneau. I'll find a good clip to send over to you while you're playing Paul Mooney.
This is what Seagrip is talking about right here that he's referring to. One of my favorite clips on the whole internet.
I went to school. I gave the teacher an apple. She accepted it. Teacher don't want no goddamn apple. Teacher's a freak now. An apple, nigga. I want some dick, nigga. Can you screw, nigga? You know math? You got 9 inches, nigga? Get over here. Move your ass, nigga.
I gotta pause it so it doesn't copyright.
Yeah.
It's a freak now. Teacher, I want a baby. Can you make a baby, nigga?
But this is happening. This was probably like, I don't know, 15 years ago. This is happening all the time now.
I want 2 babies. Now, some of you quiet and scared like I'm making this up. You knew it about that white woman screwing that 14-year-old boy. Y'all.
So this is what Seagrip was talking about.
Oh, stop being naive like it's me. And then no white women can get crazy. White lady, we know you can get crazy, so we're going to forgive you. Now, you can't go do nothing with him. We're going to let you go now. It wasn't a week. She was up in front of the house giving him head. A freak.
So that's who you were talking about. Okay,
yeah, and I actually posted a link in the private chat. I think the Facebook link is a shorter clip. Unfortunately, I'm at work and everything is restricted.
Yeah.
So, but I posted some clips in the private chat that kind of tell that story. This is the one that said this all up. This was the beginning of this. When you look at this is the 90s. This was the beginning of all this crazy stuff and the infamy behind it.
After her affair with Billy Falau was discovered, Mary Kay Letourneau.
Just speed this up a bit.
Was arrested and charged with raping a child. By the time she was arraigned, she was 7 months pregnant with Billy's baby. Mary took a plea bargain, a suspended sentence of 7.5 years, with mandatory counseling and 6 months in county jail. After serving 6 months,
that's not even much.
Mary was released. She moved into a friend's house, and there was one other condition Mary had to meet. She wasn't allowed to see Billy, or she'd end up in prison. But Mary had no intention of following the conditions of her parole. She started to see Billy again. Within a month, Mary and Billy were caught together. There was another bombshell. Mary was pregnant again with Billy's child.
Another one? Oh, yeah. My God. Wow.
Now, mind you, in that photo, we saw the two of them together. She was like in her 30s, and he was like, and look how she looked at him. Yeah. Now look at the body language. This chick is in her 30s, and and got the, I guess, the bob, whatever, haircut, and you can tell this is a kid. And look at her like she's all into him. Oh, yeah. This is some creepy stuff.
It is, yeah. And a lot of women think it's like cute, probably like, oh, like. So Woody Allen is a guy who kind of justifies this. He's like, the heart wants what it wants. It's like, really, Woody? You adopted like 15 kids and you make movies about like getting with like 15-year-old girls and stuff. You're a creep.
Of following the conditions of her parole, she started to see Billy again. Within a month, Mary and Billy were caught together. There was another bombshell. Mary was pregnant again with Billy's child, conceived during the weeks she had been out on parole.
Within weeks of your release,
see, told you this was what Paul Mooney was talking about. Wow. Wasn't even a week. This is what Paul Mooney was talking about. That's what I told you. God. It wasn't even a week. Got caught.
Oh my God.
Violated the conditions of your sentence.
You didn't mind serving 7 more years?
I didn't believe it was going to be that long. I felt certain that.
Yeah, of course she didn't believe it would be that long, because she's like, well, I'm a woman, so I didn't really think it would be that long.
What had happened procedurally in my case, that it would be taken care of. I thought maybe a year, maybe 2 at the most.
But the judge was furious. She sentenced Mary to the full term. After serving the full 7 years, Mary was released in August of 2004. Accompanied by a swarm of journalists, she registered as required by law as a sex offender. Billy was now 21 years old. No longer a minor, he could have contact with Mary. How long, how much time was it after you got out of prison that you were in contact with Billy?
Oh,
A day?
not too many hours after the no contact order was lifted.
Have you been intimate with Billy?
Wow.
Well, what we most like about this part of our life right now is that it's nobody's business.
Mary, was it worth it?
Yeah,
Look at life.
Paul, snowboard. Now, I'm pretty sure over the course of your life, there's been a couple of times, your leg, was it R. Kelly to your leg shake? I'm pretty sure.
Oh, they were doing
Over the
this
course of your life. Now, my question to you is, I'm pretty sure that's happened to you.
In front of his house doing a little bit of the. Oh, wait a second. She was out in front of his house doing a little bit of the.
Now, just real quick, out of all the women you had and the one or two that really just, put it down, would you have done a year or two in prison for them?
Hell no.
She just put that guac 3000 down so hard. Yeah. I'll do a year or two.
Yeah, no, hell no. I'm not even gonna do like a day for it. Hell no. It's been pretty good too, where I got my brain blown out, but I'm not gonna, do any time like that.
Look, there's been once or twice where the good Lord would have saw fit to take me right then and there. I would have been okay with it, but not that long agonizing BS.
No. Yeah, I never had heard of this case before.
I do my best. So if you asked me that question, did you do?
And see how the news tries to humanize her? How come they haven't done this to any male teachers? How come that hasn't happened?
Oh, they have, and trust me, it is not pleasant.
Well, they have, but it's
not
more
like
to
this.
shaming it. It's more to shame him. This is like putting her on a pedestal. Women are going to be like, I identify with her. I support her. This is her journey. This is her truth. Please.
Through every situation, I can't say I did my best. I did.
Did your best to what? Not get caught?
I did my best.
10 years later, I asked her the same question. I want to ask you what I asked you 10 years ago. Was it worth it?
Where I am in my life.
Can I cut you off?
Shut the fuck up.
Can you ask
Yeah.
exactly how you asked it? And you just reply, yes.
Even what does that say about it? You just have to reply yes. Wow, that's bad.
And the funny thing is, they had two daughters, and they're grown now. And so just fast forward. She actually passed away a couple of years ago from cancer. I think it was breast cancer. So she actually passed away a few years ago. And their daughters are actually, I think they're both in college now. They're probably both in college now. So they're grown now.
Wow. Do you think they're going to become teachers?
Oh, you wrong for that, Snowbird. You wrong for that. You wrong for that.
I know that kids want their independence and they deserve it too, right? But at the same token,
no, they don't really deserve their independence if this is the ramifications of it. That's another thing right now. If you have a kid, it's easier than ever for a predator to access your kid. Easier than ever. So you actually can't give them as much independence. Sorry. You'd like to, but you can't because there's, you just can't right now. Well, in person, you might be able to give them a little independence, but the online and internet world, you can't. You can't. It's corrupting their minds. Most, kids now are little black-eyed nihilist sociopaths. They're numb to violence, numb to sex, numb to abuse of people, numb to stealing. In fact, the only thing they want to do is go viral filming someone else getting their ass kicked or something like that. That's all they want to do. That's like their idea of winning. So you can't let them have the freedom on the internet. Sorry. You can't. Because this is the gateway to let these things happen. If this kid didn't have a cell phone, he could not message with the teacher and set up dates or do whatever the hell that they were doing. That's the parents' fault. I mean, it's the teacher's fault too, but it's kind of the parents' fault. You know what I mean? It's 2026. The teachers are out there doing this. Everyone apparently now is kind of a kid diddler. So you have to be vigilant with it. And you weren't. So I actually want to see them kind of talk shit about the parents a little bit more. But no one ever wants to do that because, like, oh, the parents must feel terrible. Yeah, I'm sure they do. But I'm sure they could have there's maybe shit that they could have done a little bit better too. And it's easy. I get that it's easy for me to sit here talking shit on the internet and not having it happen to me. And not having kids. So I understand that it's easy for me to do that, but it's also like I'm not wrong about it either, you know.
So I want to get personal for a second because I know I look back at my life and I know how blessed I've been because I used to spend all day at school. So you might find this hard to believe, but I was an altar boy from first grade up into seventh grade.
Why are you gay?
It gets better. Actually, up until 10th grade, I wanted to be a priest. So I'm at church all day, and I went to Catholic elementary school and Catholic high school. And so I spent a lot of time in church and in school, especially when computers came out, the computer lab actually had keys. And I think back over that time and I realized just how truly blessed I was to be surrounded by so many good people and men and women, virtuous people, men and women that were true stewards of God's laws. Because it would have been so easy to take advantage of me, at that day in this day and age. Yeah. I would never, because there were times I would leave for school at 6 a.m. and not get back till 6 at night, 5, 6 at night. And I would never, ever, this day and age, I would never allow that with my kid without me, a sibling, or their mother there with them. I would never do it. And it's a shame, but we were the latchkey. My generation is like the latchkey kids, but fortunately, I think back when I was growing up in the 70s and 80s in elementary school, I just think we had more respect. And mind you, I'm not saying this stuff probably didn't go on, but it wasn't anywhere near like it was now.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying the phone. If they simply didn't have a cell phone, it would cut this problem down 80%. It still will happen. It still is going to happen somehow, but the phone is the gateway to the whole thing, and social media. I think places like Australia and some places are not letting kids even have social media till they're 16, which is actually pretty good.
But not only that, how easily accessible porn is. And, one of the things that one thing that I truly believe, and I've said to people in the past, we need to keep our children as innocent for as long as possible. Yeah. Because once you turn on that sexuality, there's no turning it off. No, once they because that curiosity and getting diddled and all that, once you start sexualizing kids, that just turns on, and it does something to them, to where because I also know I actually know this kid. Well, she's an adult now, but I remember a friend of mine, we tried to this one of my friends. Now, mind you, this was over 2 decades ago. One of my friends, he.
So the statute of limitations is passed. We'll just
well, let me hear. So long story short, this was back when you can order movies, I guess pay-per-view and stuff like that. Well, he got his cable bill, and there was all this corn on his cable bill. And at first he thought it was his brother that ordered it. And turns out it was I think his daughter was 5 or 6. And she was ordering corn on his on pay-per-view and watching. And one of the things that me and my one of my friends tried to tell him is, look, this is not normal. You need to get her in therapy. This is insane. And he didn't want to listen or anything like that. And when I tell you, she, as a teenager, was a slore.
Yeah.
And I'm talking girls and guys. As a matter of fact, this is why, and this is why you don't date single mothers. And especially if you have a daughter and she has teenage boys, and he started dating a single mother, brought her bastards up in there, and next thing you know, the 2 teenagers are taking turns, knocking off his daughter, and they're hiding from the cameras in the house and stuff like that. It was consensual, but she was a slore already. And what you're gonna do? You're gonna bring teenage boys around a slore? Come on. Yeah. What do you think was going to happen? And I tried to warn him against that. So yeah, it's insane. Once you turn that switch on, that sexuality switch, you can't turn it off.
Yeah. And once they're 17 or 18 or something, that's a little bit more acceptable, like, to let that happen. But and it's funny, these same women will be like, well, my prefrontal cortex wasn't fully developed or something. So you say that when it comes to other stuff, but not when it comes to, like, vaping and getting banged out. You only say that when it comes to, like, you spent too much on a credit card or something like that. But they only kind of use that excuse then.
But when you're getting banged out at 9, 10, 11, 12, they're right. Their prefrontal cortex is not fully formed, and you start exposing them to that type of stimulus. That's that type of stimuli. You can't turn that switch off once you turn it on. No. And I've seen too many interviews where chicks are like, this is what I associated, what love is.
Yeah.
Terrorists win.
Yeah.
Any slore you see at these interviews who became a prostitute, that's always the story. Every single time is something like that. So that's they're basically MK Ultra, pretty much.
Yes.
From a young, and it's not really their fault, to a degree. But that's why the parents, you're never going to hear that. It's like, well, where were the parents in this? They could have been a little bit more involved. I feel like it. I know they gave everyone the benefit of the doubt, but check your kid's phone every night.
Yes, and that's the problem.
That's part of the parents' fault. I know that they have to be hyper vigilant. Sorry, if you're not going to be hyper vigilant parent, do not have a kid now, because there's a pretty good chance they're going to get diddled or be looking at porn at like 9 years old. As soon as you give them the phone, they have access to unlimited pornography, period. Even if you put a block on it, they're going to find a way to, like, figure out how to get it off. They're going to figure it out at school how to do it, or one of their friends at school is going to show them, like, hey, my older brother told me how to, what the password is for the child protected thing and stuff like that is. They're probably on the dark web and shit. Seriously. When I first got the internet and stuff like that, and I found out about this thing like Kazaa where I could download stuff, I was looking at every type of corn I could. Looking at beheadings and weird shit, like Iraqi beheadings and people die. Because part of it, I actually thought it was kind of like a good for me in a sense, because I thought like, wow, I'm exploring and like, you know, maybe if I see this, I'm gonna understand that it's I didn't necessarily think it was good for me, but I didn't think it was as bad for me as it was. So it's a way to let your imagination run wild. And I was looking at a bunch of stuff that really messed me up later in life. And you kind of think it's cool to look at that because you're not supposed to see it and stuff. That will happen, you know, and a lot of people, what they do, especially women, like, well, they're going to do it anyway. So that's what liberals say. They're like, oh, well, I'd rather have the kids get drunk and stoned at my house as teenagers because they're going to do it anyways. It's like, no, that's what the problem is. You're enabling them to do it. They're like, well, I'd rather give them a safe environment. And that's what these parents are always like. They're like this.
Liberal, 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 happy fun, la la la, human smuggling, fentanyl deaths, forced government euthanasia, chopping up children's genitals, la 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 la, la 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 la.
But
insane.
But you know what I'm saying? They try to like Carlos was looking at that. It's part of a human, especially. I guess it's part of like an adventurous spirit or something. I guess you want to see like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm seeing this, and like, you feel like you're becoming more of an adult or something. So like but that's on the parents to limit that. And now the internet's not new anymore. Okay, so we understand that this can happen. So you don't have an excuse except being hyper vigilant. Period. I don't care if you have to be kind of the Ned Flanders parent you have to basically be a prison guard for your kids.
Well, I think it all starts.
Like, you just kind of have to, you know, because it's worth it. You know, would you rather be the cool, like that guy's kids were maybe like, oh, like I'm the cool mom, the cool dad. I let my kid have a phone. He kind of can do what he wants. He's mostly looking at Minecraft. He's not looking at porn, please. That's what will happen. It just it's human nature. So you have to put blockades up to it as long as you can.
Well, you said it best when this chick on the screen, when she said, you know, well, they deserve, when talking about their privacy, they deserve it. No, they don't deserve no privacy. But it all starts with how you raise them from 1 week and up, because too many parents, they relegate their parenting to other people, other things, devices. And so you have, and so it's literally my pet peeve when I see a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 month old with a cell phone just fixated on it, or you see a 1, 2 year old tugging for the phone or fixated on the screen, and that's where it starts. You know, I thank God that you know, I grew up before the internet. You know, I grew up at a time where we had to go to a library, where there are times I had to research stuff on microfiche.
Why are you gay?
That's not gay. That is life.
I don't know. I just
felt like the 80s. But no, so I had no choice but to do that. And, you know, and now, you know, I'm barely on my phone. You know, yeah, sometimes I'll get up and I'll, you know, doom stroll. But for the most part, I'm not on my phone talking to people all day, every day, or anything along those lines, because I didn't grow up with this stuff. And so I'm not dependent on it. You know, I think I told you the story where when one day I was coming back from overseas and Border Patrol threatened to confiscate my phone and send it off if I didn't give them my code, and that I wouldn't have it, and that I might be without my phone for several weeks. Well, good. I need a break anyway.
Yeah.
But yet in one of my travel groups, I was talking to one of my travel groups, and several of the men that were in my travel group said they gave them the password to get into it. And I said, see, that's the problem right there.
Yeah.
So yeah, people attach to their phones, but it all starts there. You know, at the end of the day, we have to be so much more intentional. You said it best. If you cannot be diligent in regards to raising children, you shouldn't have them.
Hyper-vigilant.
Hyper-vigilant. But it's also why we need to have just because you don't need a spouse to have a kid doesn't make it a good idea. That's why you need two people, because it's a two-person job raising a child this day and age. It's a two-person job, my opinion.
You're saying it's a two-person job to can you say that again?
Yeah.
I was looking up to set up the next thing.
So when you're raising this day and age, look, just because you can be a single mom, just because you can be a single father, doesn't make it a good idea. You really raising children today is a two-parent job. Two parents in the house,
at
being
least
hyper-vigilant.
Two parents, like a coach and an aunt or an uncle or something like that. And maybe even a good neighbor. You know, I remember I had pretty good neighbors that'd be like, "Hey, Joe, quit screwing around here. Stop doing this." Like, you know, just people from your neighborhood and stuff like that would be like, "Hey, what are you doing? Stop doing this. You know, knock it off." That doesn't really happen a lot right now. People are afraid to step in and, like, you know, discipline doesn't mean you're beating on a kid, but sometimes you got to yell at them.
There's a difference.
You got to put some fear into them to, hey, quit effing around here.
Look, there's discipline and there's abuse. There's a difference. There really is a difference.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to find a clip to show Carlos something that has to do with The Simpsons, which I've shown a few times on here, but YouTube will not like really promote it much. And it has to do with Ned Flanders and all that. Like he was saying, oh, I forgot I can just go like this, Simpsons. Yeah. So, yeah, The Simpsons really brainwashed people of Flanders. All the Christian characters portrayed them as clowns, ineffectual, out of touch. Yeah. And he's a small hat too. But Carlos, look at the. I'm pretty sure you've probably seen this before, but I'd like to show this now and then. This is very similar to what you just said. And this is from a past show.
Get up, brainios.
Okay. I want you guys to also understand this. I like The Simpsons. I think it's cool. They're calling it Simpsons for a reason, and they're calling it Homer Simpson for a reason. Homer is one of the great, he's almost like a Greek philosopher, like Plato and stuff like that. He's considered one of the best writers. Simpson is basically saying be a simp, because Homer is kind of a simp. Homer Simpson is the archetype for being a dumb beta male. The dad is not the leader of the household. He's an idiot. He just like, oh, I like beer and cheese. They, you know what I mean? Part of that's the programming. The Simpsons has gone on a long time. The Simpsons also does what's called the predictive programming. So when they're saying, the Simpsons predicted, certain events happening and stuff, it's true. Because they're not predicting it. They're programming you to accept that. So that's part of what the archetype of Homer Simpson is. He's a simp, but Homer. We'll search for what Homer is afterward, but Homer is similar to Dante. I don't know if Dante's Inferno is in here, but Dante and Homer are considered some of the best writers, like Shakespeare and whatnot, that have a lot of wisdom and everything. That's why they're calling it Homer Simpson, and he's like the beta male typical dad from all these sitcoms, I can't think of any off the top of my head, but you guys know how the dad is always like an idiot in the sitcom and the mom has to keep him straight. That's what this is. It's just another version of that. It's been going on a long time. And it is a great show, but it's also written by a bunch of small hats too.
Saying,
You had to pause it. So, also Homer isn't necessarily one guy. No one really knows who Homer is. There's people think that he was actually like a blind man, but they also think Homer was like representing a group of people, a group of men. So that's why they're calling it Homer Simp Son, to be kind of a simp idiot. So that's kind of what they're doing there, and I think The Simpsons is cool and everything like that. But that's sort of what they're doing there. And The Simpsons, they always are, they're doing what? Showing Trump go down the escalators and things like this. They're trying to pre-program you for that a little bit to get you to like agree with the agenda a little bit. So I always like to show that now and then. So watch a little bit more of this. I kind of want to just see how much they get sentenced. So let's fast forward it a bit.
The kids that are involved, and like I said, to the defense, it may not feel like an offer, and they may just end up going to trial as a result as well.
I mean, maybe it won't feel like an offer if it's, let's say, 2 charges, but 25 is what she faces right now. I mean, I wouldn't want to go to trial with something like that. I guess we'll kind of have to wait and see how this is going to shake out. We're still kind of early in all of this. It's only been about 2 weeks since she was charged initially.
So we're not going to hear that much of it. Let's change it to a body cam thing here. Again, drunk driver let off by cop. She gets into a fatal crash 2 hours later. So they're not treating women equally as men under the law. They're just not. And it's causing a lot more chaos in society than needs to happen.
145, so you're not following traffic laws. You were slow to pull over for me, and you could not follow any of my directions when I was giving you the instructions of the test. If anyone else in this district...
Look at that, how rude that is. She puts her hands up. Pause. Excuse me, I'm speaking here.
...pulled you over, you'd be in jail right now. So use this as a warning, and don't ever drive after drinking again. Don't be driving drunk, because what's going to happen is you're going to...
She tries to shake his hand. Wow. 2 hours later, look at that. Wow.
Kill yourself, or you're going to kill somebody else.
Most drivers...
Do you think if it was a guy, they would have let him off? No.
...who fail a field sobriety test get arrested that night. Janice Taylor didn't.
I know
you only did it because you know who I am. So I appreciate that.
No, I didn't give special treatment.
That's Janice Taylor.
Yeah, you did.
On body camera at 2 a.m, 2 hours before an interstate crash killed a 96-year-old man. This is how it got there. It's St. Patrick's Day 2026 in Naples, Florida.
Oh, they let her off on St. Patrick's Day too? Come on.
Janice Taylor is 24. She's got a young daughter. Around 9.
Of course she does.
9:30 that night, she puts her to bed and goes out to Mercado, the bar strip in Naples where she'd been working as...
So puts her kid to bed and then goes out drinking afterward. Wonderful.
She belongs to the streets.
...the server at Cavo until she was fired a few days earlier. She starts at Blue Martini and doesn't even last an hour before she's asked to leave after an argument with another customer. So she keeps moving. More bars, more drinks, and at some point after 2 a.m, she gets behind the wheel. At 2:33 a.m.
So She went out drinking for basically 4 hours with her kid at home asleep.
A Collier County Sheriff's deputy clocks her doing 71 and a 45 on
Wow, 71 and a 45, and she's still this simp cop. A ton of these cops are simps when it comes to women, and now look at the result. I hope he did lose his job. You know, I gotta admit, I do like it if a cop does kind of let you off with a little bit like this, but you can't let off this drunken woman on medications and stuff like that and leaving her kid at home. It's crazy.
US 41. His name is Eric Pellegrino, and it turns out she already knows him.
You're going 71.
And she better, the body cam should have, I hope the body cam messed up so he at least, like, got a blowjob from her or did something to her at least to, you know, kind of justify this a little bit.
And a 45.
Your name is Nick, right?
No, you're going 71 miles an hour and a 45. That's why I'm pulling you over.
Guys, that's reckless endangerment. That's above 15 miles an hour over the limit. 2 in the morning when drunk. And she's smiling.
Suspecting she's under the influence, Officer Pellegrino puts Taylor through field sobriety tests in the middle of the road.
All right, I want to make sure you're safe to drive, so are you willing to go through some exercises?
Yeah, it's okay.
All right.
I remember
The car's in park, right?
Your name was Eric, right?
Yeah, the car's in park, right? It's in neutral right now.
No, I know it's in park. It's park.
Why is it saying it? All right, it's in park there.
It's in park, yeah.
No, but see, why is it? Oh, it just has the neutral as a square. Okay. All right, you can step out. I just didn't want the car to start rolling away.
You're the only one from the car that I remember. Because I thought you were cute.
Please.
All right,
Please. Oh, I thought you were cute. Please. Wow.
She belongs to the streets.
Come step over here. All right. Yes, you can close the door.
Like fully?
Yeah. When I say ready, just touch the tip of the pen with one of your fingers. When I say go. Not now.
When you say go?
Yeah. You can put your hand back down.
It's really cold here now.
All right, now. All right. Whenever you're ready, you can touch it.
Okay.
Just touch the tip of the pen.
Right now?
Yeah. You can let go. All right. With the same pen, I'm going to move it from left to right. And
just look at it.
I want you to follow, listen to the instructions. I want you to follow the pen, moving your eyes only. Don't move your head. Okay?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's Mardi Gras beads. I think St. Patrick's gave her a little bit of a pearl necklace.
She belongs to the streets.
Asked if she's been drinking, she says no. Then it's 2 shots. Then it's 2 shots and wine. By the end of the stop, it's wine plus half a shot.
I can smell the alcohol a little
I
bit.
only had 2 shots.
Okay.
And, like, I'm going to be completely honest. Like, I had 2 shots. I had wine.
Now it's wine.
And that's it.
So now it's wine and 2 shots.
No, it's wine.
And you lied.
Wine plus 1 shot, which is, like, combined, like, half shot.
What? So wine plus 1 shot combined is like half a shot. Please. How is 1 shot plus another drink half of a shot? How is 1 shot half of a shot?
All right, so...
It was, like, spaced out. So, like, I went there at 9 p.m. And then from now, it's, like, 2 p.m. So it was, like, spaced out.
Please. Please.
Since 9.
Yeah.
The tests continue. She insists more than once that she's completely fine to drive.
No,
With that.
I'm okay. I'm okay to drive. I promise you.
All right.
Listen, I remember from her
Wow, so she was already speeding way over the limits. She's not okay to drive.
bottle. I got fired from there. I come to the straight line as well. Do you want me to
I'm going to give you a different test exercise first. All right, so just stand right there.
I'm just really cold,
All
so
right,
I might
I'll move to you then. So when I say go, you're going to lift one leg 6 inches off the ground, which is like a soda can. And then looking down, you're going to count 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, and just keep going until I say stop. You might want to take your heels off. It might be easier.
This simp is like helping her
to balance.
I don't want to be barefoot.
Well, if you want to do it like that, then that's fine. I'm just saying it might be easier to balance. Whenever you're ready.
Ew, that's nasty though. I don't want to do that.
If you want to leave the shoes on, you can. And road. All right, you can put them down. I'm not holding them. Just put them on the ground. That's where they were, right? Before you were.
Yes, sorry. So 1,000, 2,000, 3, 1,000 right here. It's okay?
I don't know. Is it 6 inches? You tell me.
1,000, 2, 1,000. It's one leg up,
right
6 inches, looking down, hands to your side.
Yes, right now.
And then counting 1,000,
right
2, 1,000.
That's okay.
That's like 12 inches.
Right here.
About there. That's fine.
Because we really know she knows what 6 inches is. That's what she always bitches about.
She belongs to the streets.
And then just.
And then just what? Like do like a straight line?
No,
a straight line? So,
no.
Like up until what? Like six
All right,
steps?
here's
the deal. You're not driving, okay?
After failing the tests, Taylor pleads with him, telling him she just got fired from Cavo, the bar where it turns out he used to patrol.
So your options are to call someone to pick you up or take an Uber.
Guys, this is completely lucky that she's even able to do this. This was a guy, like I've had a DUI. I didn't get a chance to do that. And I actually passed the field sobriety test.
The third option is jail.
Can I have my friend pick me up? Is that okay?
What friend, where are they coming from, and how long?
From here, like 6 minutes, 8 minutes.
Call them and get them to come over here.
I know you know me from Mercado. And honestly, like I've been having like a really hard time. I just got fired from my job.
Please.
I remember you. Your name is Eric, right?
Yeah. So call your friend and have her come get you. And just see if she's going to come. If not, you have to get an Uber. Because you can't drive.
Trying to push her luck and be cute right now. She probably treated this guy like dirt the entire time, too. That she knew him beforehand.
So you can call her?
Thank you.
All right. Get your phone and give her a call.
Thank you. I know you're on the...
I don't do hugs. You can give her a call and...
I can get...
Look at that. Wow.
She belongs to the streets.
She better do a little bit of the...
Chicken.
Next time she's... You know, that should have been in his future.
Give you a hug.
No,
you know me.
I know. Just get your phone and give her a call.
I could drive.
You can't.
I promise you. I'm
You can't.
not... Okay. Can you come, please?
Okay, that's fine. He's got to leave right now, though.
You have to leave right now, though. He just said, please.
You gonna wait here?
Yes. I'm here with the officer.
Of course, it's some simp who she calls. Guys, if a woman ever calls you to go pick them up from where cops are going to be there 2 in the morning, don't go. Because the cop is now going to like start looking at everything you've done. Are you know, now you need a field sobriety test even though you're not drinking. It all can actually come around on you. Don't help someone in this situation.
Sir, he knows.
Unless you're absolutely completely sober. But on St. Patrick's Day, they're going to say, well, it's St. Patrick's Day and you're out 2 in the morning, so we may as well give you a sobriety test. And maybe you are sober, but these tests are very difficult. So now you put yourself in a compromising situation. They can call an Uber. That's what it's for. You don't need to come do this.
Me. He used to be inside of, like, in front of Mercado, in front of Cava all the time.
He hasn't been drinking, right?
No.
Okay.
I haven't been drinking. I'm trying to get some food, but
They're eating right now at Waffle House.
Well, it's either you don't have to pick her up. She's asking you to, or she can get an Uber.
No, I'll leave right now. I'm just asking. Does it have to be like walk out before?
Yes, like right now. Yes. Okay, so can you come, please?
See how she's just so demanding of him to, oh, don't even pay your tab. Yes, just come right now. Come to help me. Don't worry about what you're doing. Just help me. It all revolves around me. I'm more important than you.
All right, I'm gonna walk out right now.
All right. Don't move the car. I'll allow you to sit in the car because it's warm, but don't move it. And you're gonna get a ticket or two.
A ticket for what?
Wow. A ticket for what? See the entitlement, guys? If this was one of you, you would have instantly lost your license right then. Get the car towed. They're not going to give you a chance to get a friend to come pick it up.
No, for real.
What do you mean for what?
For what? You were driving 70. Guys, if you were sober driving 70 through a 45, that's a huge deal. And that looks like some type of like this isn't like a country road. You know what if this was out in the country or something, maybe that's a little bit different. This is not. This looks like pretty much like a suburban area.
Is speeding, and 2, you've been drinking tonight. You're lucky you're not going to jail.
No, but
so you're gonna get.
I did not drink class.
This is so frustrating.
Still pushing her luck. Yeah.
This chick has got the monster of brakes.
Yep.
And yet these chicks are what I say, they're perpetual line steppers. No, they're perpetual line steppers. You give them an inch, they take 10 miles.
Yeah, yeah. And she's not even going to appreciate it after she's going to say, see, like, I'm so special. I got it off because I'm pretty and I can get away with it. This cop is this, and look at how simping is going to cost this guy probably his career and get someone killed. Being a simp is going to help. Got this 96-year-old guy killed, and this guy has lost his career because he simped like a fool.
2 drinks. I promise you that.
A lot of these cops simp to women a lot of the time.
Close the door and wait for him.
Like here.
And don't move the car.
Can you just do it for this video?
I'm going to decide what I'm going to do. Just close the door or whatever you want to do with it.
Running underneath it all is something that has nothing to do with sobriety tests.
71 and a 45, $278 ticket. Okay.
If I do it, like, contest in court.
If you contest it in court, I'm going to tell the judge that you were impaired and you were driving under the influence. So if you want to go that route, you can. I advise against that, and I just pay the bill. Just know if you take me to court, I'm going to tell him the observations that I made tonight.
Listen,
and I don't know that he's going to be too happy about that.
I thought was cute the whole time that I worked at Cobble. You know how
Oh my God! Wow.
She belongs to the streets.
Wow. Wow. See, like they're trying to make it seem like you're the only one who I thought was cute, so you have my approval. Please.
Keep that change, you filthy animal.
You said it like 3 times. Why'd you get fired?
Do you want me to tell you for real?
You keep mentioning it, sure.
Are you gonna judge me for it or not?
You seem to want to share the information, so.
Okay. I was drunk.
Wow, she even admits to it. Wow.
What, at work?
I know you only did it because you know who I am. So I appreciate that. And
I didn't give special treatment. I don't.
And he has to say that because he's being recorded, but he did. How did he not give special treatment? Yeah, he did give special treatment. I hope this guy loses his job.
Kind of, yes.
No.
No. You're gonna tell me, Eric, tell me right now. Because you know that I worked at Cobble. You worked there. You
chick,
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Again, this is where we need Islam. Cane this woman in the street right there and make her lose her license.
This is the epitome.
And also cane the police officer, too. Cane the shit out of both of them. It got someone killed, guys. A 96-year-old guy who was probably like in freaking World War II, the greatest generation type guy that was awesome. He looked pretty healthy. He was probably going to live to like 110. Probably like a great-grandfather, a patriarch of an entire family. And this stupid, selfish slore, whose child is at home, where she should be, wanted to go out and do dumb shit drunk. And of course, the balls to drive around drunk on St. Patrick's Day of all days, too. She probably had a free cab ride there. People probably offered to give her a drive home or get Uber and stuff like that. There's just no excuse.
This is the epitome of self-snitching.
Yeah. Yeah. And this cop is a giant simp. But watch how much the damage that simping does. It got someone killed. Also, too, like we were saying the other day, that EX Machina thing and stuff like that. There's men who are like simping to AI bots, simping to OF chicks, simping to some like influencer girl on Instagram. Simping is actually a cancer to all of society. That's what I kind of like about these Islam. They don't simp to women. If you simp, you get stoned and stuff happening to you. So they don't allow it. So do they have to go back to the Stone Age to do it? Apparently, yeah. But they don't have these problems. They don't have teachers diddling kids. They don't have any of that.
I saw you.
Yeah, I work there all the time.
No, they're not there all the time.
No, I said I work there all the time.
Yes, you worked all the time, but you're there with two girls that we're not there all the time.
When, Les? On Saturday?
On the
She should just be shutting up right now and saying thank you.
Saturday and the sun and the
She has not really even said thank you at all. She's complaining about the ticket. Like, really, the guy should have given her like 5 tickets for like the 278. And if like that happened to me when I had mine, I would say thank you. This is good because I still get to keep my license and I learned a lesson and I'll pay it. But I'm not gonna like show up and contest it in court or anything like that.
Exactly. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut and count my blessings and be like, woo, I dodged a bullet.
Even that wasn't good enough for her. I kind of hope she dies too now.
Friday? Yeah, I know. I seen you.
Yeah.
That's why I thought you were cute.
She never thought that the entire time, probably. This is all. See the manipulation here, the lying, the gaslighting, and everything.
So I don't write a lot of tickets. I pull over probably 150 cars over 2 months. I wrote 3 tickets. So.
Thank you.
You're getting that ticket.
And I'm kind of pissed because this probably is kind of somewhat of a cool cop. But, you know, he needs to use his discretion a little bit more. You know, I would say men are better drivers. So if it's some like blue collar construction guy who probably has been drinking Bud Light constantly the past 10 years and knows how to drive a little bit messed up, that's a little better than some blonde, pill-headed, dumb chick. You know what I mean? It's stupid.
Because you...
Who was crazy speeding. You know, not even 71 in a 45. So that's a huge deal. This cop really messed up. Now, if it was 55 and a 45, I might understand that because it's 2 in the morning and there's not many people around. But this guy really screwed up.
Shouldn't be driving right now. So.
And they're probably gonna actually hold this cop more accountable than the woman, believe it or not. So we'll see at the end because someone got deleted. They're probably gonna hold this cop more accountable than the woman, which I guess they kind of should. But I don't feel like she's even really going to be held that accountable. This should have been a DUI straight up. I remember a few people in my DUI class in the 2010s complaining about getting a DUI when they were on the driver's seat, but not even. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. There's shit like that going on. And then this chick gets off. Crazy. This is white privilege, pretty privilege, and simping. I don't know, some St. Patrick's Day luck or something.
Yeah.
Especially on St. Patrick's Day. That's the day you don't fool around doing this. Or like New Year's Eve. You know what I mean? That's even more blatant.
Because she should have been made to call an Uber, not optional. No, you can't phone a friend. Do you have Uber on your phone?
Yeah.
If not, then I'm gonna take you in. You're not driving. That shouldn't phoning a friend shouldn't even have been an option.
No, because the friend is probably drunk too. Like, oh, what are you doing at a Denny's at 2 a.m.? Oh, I wasn't drinking. So what are you doing at a Denny's at 2 a.m. or IHOP, whatever the hell it was? That's what I'm saying. Like now I guarantee you the cop would probably grill that guy. Oh, you didn't use your directional when you pulled in here. Now I need to conduct a full investigation and search a car and everything. He didn't even search her car. She probably has empties in the front seat. Or like, you know, she put them under the seat or something like that. Like buzz balls or something.
I wouldn't take it to court if I was you. You can if you want to, but I wouldn't do that.
I'm sorry.
Officer Pellegrino then tells Taylor something that plays very differently in hindsight.
Don't be driving drunk, because what's going to happen is you're going to kill yourself or you're going to kill somebody else.
No, I wouldn't.
You're going 71 and a 45.
He writes her a
Didn't even compute in her mind.
278.
Yeah, see, this is like a neighborhood area. Those are like houses there. You know what I'm saying? This could be, this isn't. If this was out in the country, I can see that being a little bit different. If this is out in the woods or the country, but this is St. Patrick's Day. There still can be teenagers running around, or someone walking their dog or something like that. It's stupid. Oh yeah, he's probably fired anyways. He probably got in trouble more than she did.
$8 speeding ticket. Soon enough, her friends arrive to pick her up. One of Taylor's friends drives her car to the Waffle House, where, according to her own later statement to police, she'd arranged to meet someone. Investigators say her car later sits alone at a red light near the I-75 entrance ramp for over half an hour. Then,
because she probably passed out drunk at a stoplight.
She's back on the road. Video shows her heading north in the southbound lanes of...
She's going the opposite way! Look at this! She's going the wrong way in the highway.
Wait,
oh my
so
God, yeah.
So the friend came, picked her up, they went to the Waffle House, and then her friend just gave her car keys to let her drive. So a friend came, picked her up, another friend drove her car, they went to the Waffle House, and they left and gave her the car keys and sent her on her way. They all should be charged.
The friend, I don't know, the friend might have said too, like, hey, here's your car keys, but I need you to call Uber or something. So it's not necessarily the friend's fault. I don't think it was the right thing to do. But it's funny. Any man in the situation is going to be held way more accountable than she will be. I almost guarantee you that. As far as I'm concerned, if the friend brought her there to the Waffle House, say, hey, eat a big meal, drink a shit ton of water, stay here for a couple hours, have some coffee and everything. Or they should have just said, like, she pushed her luck big time. So they should have, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Probably the friends will get blamed more than she will. They're going to, because what her defense will be like, well, no one should have let me drive. It's their fault.
I-75. Neither clip catches the actual turn onto the highway, just the seconds after it. But there's no ambiguity left in what they show. 6 minutes after leaving that intersection, Taylor crashes head-on into two vehicles. One of them is driven by Arthur Gilbert. He's 96 years old, a retired geologist, originally from Vermont. He's just dropped his wife, Pamela, off at the airport. He's driving home alone, on a road he's probably driven 1,000 times. Paramedics get him to the hospital. He doesn't survive. A second driver, a 57-year-old man from New Hampshire, is also hit. He survives with
Might have been around my area.
Incapacitating injuries. Taylor's blood is drawn at the hospital. Her blood alcohol content comes back at 0.213.
Wow! Whoa. Probably got even more lit at Denny's or whatever, or IHOP, whatever the hell it was. Wow. Wow.
More than twice Florida's legal limit. She's charged with DUI, manslaughter, and vehicular homicide. Then prosecutors reveal something else, a jail call, Taylor talking to a family member, admitting she knew the officer who let her go that night.
You got pulled over at 2:30 in the morning, correct?
Yeah, it was a cop that I knew.
Yeah, and I'll let you go. Well, he shouldn't have done that, and that's going to be something that helps you out in your case, because that cop should have. That cop.
See, only the men are responsible.
See, and guys, how many times I keep telling you this? These chicks will throw you under the bus.
Yep.
They will throw you under the bus, run you over, back up, and run you over again. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get upset. Go, I'm listening.
No, it's It's frustrating.
Throw him the and don't get me wrong, the cop should have did that. But here's the thing. First of all, you self-stitched on the body cam, and now you're self-stitched on those police phones. And just so you know, the phones do tell. Well, let me phrase that.
Self-snitched on himself.
Well, yeah, that too.
In a way.
But yeah, that too. But also keep in mind on those phones, they tell you this call is being recorded. Well, let me rephrase that. Back when I was being stupid and when you're on the phone, they tell you that this is being recorded.
Yeah.
Now I don't know what Florida jails are like, or if they still do that now. But I would have to assume they still have to do that.
Assume it. You should just assume it anyways. I mean, pretty much almost every call is kind of recorded.
Just no situational awareness.
Nope. But now they look at it like, oh, well, see, now you can throw the cop under the bus. Which was going to happen anyways, but that's probably a lawyer or a family member saying, oh, well, this will help you. Because all the men just let you drive. They shouldn't have let him. They should have never have let her drive. They should have caned her in the streets. That's what should happen. That'll sober her up. Take the cane. Yeah, of course it's Florida again.
Should have stopped you and not let you drive anymore. At least. But he didn't.
That's not a lawyer. That is a simp. Yeah, this is another sucker. Another sucker MFer.
Yep.
I know how lawyers sound. That's not a lawyer.
Oh my God. No going out. No drinking, obviously. Nothing. You need to be on point.
I would want to touch it in a drug alcohol.
Please.
Bond is denied.
That was a lie.
She's held in Collier County Jail. The sheriff's office opens an internal review into Deputy Pellegrino. Weeks later, they close it, finding him exonerated. No real relationship, they say. Just a deputy who'd patrolled the retail complex where she worked. As of this video, Janice Taylor is still awaiting trial. Thank you for watching Fatal.
So she's still out doing everything now.
Impact. Please like, subscribe, and...
Wow. So...
I thought her bail got denied. She got bail. I thought her bail was denied.
I don't know. Let's see. I think she's probably on bail, to be honest.
Exonerated. No real relationship, they say. Just a deputy who'd patrolled the retail complex where she worked. As of this video, Janice Taylor is still awaiting trial. Thank you for watching Fatal Impact.
It didn't say she was.
I bet she's out. She's probably out. She probably had like, I don't know, $50,000 bail and had to pay $5,000 to get out. That's probably what happened. I doubt she's waiting trial in jail. She should be, but I doubt it.
Please like.
It's probably like her second DUI too.
Subscribe and click the notification bell for more in-depth reports on the issues shaping our world.
Crazy. Just you know, it's insane.
I'm going to 3, but you're going to go to 9.
To 9. Yes.
Okay. Do you have any questions? No. All right. You can start whenever you're ready.
Okay. What?
I'll be right back.
Oh, I already f***ed it. I was keeping up with the traffic.
No, you weren't.
That's what I thought.
You were driving completely recklessly. I was heading down this way, and you flew up on my bumper. You got right behind me.
Sir?
You changed lanes several times.
I'm looking for my. I'm looking for my ID right now. I was genuinely anxious.
Alpha 220.
I have anxiety.
Zulu 10735.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can I have your driver's license and registration?
Okay, so my name is. I'm literally.
1069.
Right now. I have anxiety. You're fully welcome to check the car. You know I'm so sorry.
Okay, I need your driver's license and registration.
Yes, sir. The registration is in her. I am just the driver.
I know that you are the driver. I need your driver's license.
Sir. Can I give you my?
You don't have a driver's license?
It's in my car. We're just
Why are you anxious?
Because
What are you doing?
I'm just getting out
Why?
so that you know that I'm just looking for my. I'm just looking for my things.
What?
This is not my car. This is her car.
Okay. But you're driving the car, so I need your driver's license.
Yes, sir. I know, and it's in here.
Where are you coming from?
I live in Ocala. I live in Ocala. She lives in Palm Coast. Right? Correct. We're going to pick up her girlfriend and then drive back to my house.
Huh?
Pine Lakes.
Yes.
Okay, so it's the new condominium.
Okay.
So like not the one that burned down, but the one that was over there.
Okay.
So yeah.
Do you have a driver's license?
I have one also. It's in
Where?
here. I swear to God, that's why I stood up. Not to be weird. I'm literally just trying to find the location of it in this car. This is not my car. This is not my car. Okay. Not to be weird, but can you just put your light more? Ethan, I swear to God. I'm so sorry. I literally just sat in. We need to rescue her girlfriend. We can do all the tests.
What tests?
But I'm not saying that we need to do tests. I'm saying like I haven't. I'm freaking out. It's just anxiety. Bad.
Can you get out of the car, please?
Yes, sir.
I need you to hang out right over here, okay?
Yes, sir. Can I put my hair up?
Sure.
I could not be a cop.
Lean right against my car, okay?
You want me to sit along the
I want you to lean against it and not move.
Oh,
Is that yours?
what, my ID?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Do we have any idea where her license is?
Yeah, I've been trying to get it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Well, she's fine. It's just.
Okay.
I'm literally having a panic attack.
Why?
Because
Okay. You almost caused several accidents.
I didn't mean to. She's like talking to me and we're listening to the songs. And I'm like, hey, we should pull over. Okay. And just breathe. I haven't seen her in 2 years. We're getting home. So I literally, right here is where I just wanted to pull over.
Where do you live at?
But she just literally wanted to do it. So I might do a show on the language that they use. Is it's literally means absolutely nothing to them. It doesn't mean anything anymore.
I live in Ocala.
Okay. I just cleared the jail, and this girl almost caused several accidents. I was literally driving down here at maybe a little bit above the posted speed limit. She comes all the way up on my bumper, completely rips out of the lane, comes back in, causing almost several accidents, cuts right in front of me. It was egregious. I think so. I didn't have a chance because I had my camera off because I was on my way home, so I was waiting. And then by the time I walked up to her, she is all over the place.
Hey, ladies. Here's this back for you, hon.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I'm Deputy Blake at the Flagler County Sheriff's Office. No, you're all good, man. So naturally, we're here because of some concerning driving patterns.
Yeah.
Okay?
I understand.
All right. Before we go any further, do you have anything you want to talk to me about?
So, like, we were listening to music. This is not my car.
Okay.
I literally am just driving her to get to her house and then sleeping there and getting picked up in the morning.
Yeah.
I am just trying to get her to her house. We're like probably 6 minutes away.
Okay. Where at? Where's the house?
Where the house is. I don't know the exact address. I have it in my phone.
Okay.
The friend definitely looks like a slore.
We haven't seen each other in 2 years.
Absolutely.
I'm not interrupting you, Susie. I live at a new.
This one's the floor right here.
Ma'am, back up.
No.
Can you please take a step back?
No, I never gave you. Baby, come here. Come here.
Take a step back for us, please.
Yeah, I never gave.
Thank you.
Oh, they might be lesbians. And like I've said before.
Keep in mind the dark-haired chick. She did say that she was giving her a ride to go pick up her girlfriend.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I just got here. Yeah, she needs a jump start for fun. So, like I've said before, when it comes to lesbians and the scissorhood, iron dulls iron.
Not inside your car. He's not inside your car.
You are looking at my car.
I'm allowed to look inside your car.
See, now she's already incriminating herself. You are looking in my car. They can look in your car. Also, too, like, you can go up to a cop car and look in their car. Like, you can do shit like that. I wouldn't really recommend pushing your limits, but you're able to do that. You're able to go up in anyone's car and look in it as pretty much, kind of as much as you want. So if you ever have, you know, something you don't want seen, you know, you better hide it so it's not visible, which, you know, most cars, pretty much everything is visible.
You're not. Without a warrant, you're not.
He can look out all he wants through the window and with the open door. As long as he doesn't step foot into your car, he has all permission.
You hear that, guys? They can look in your car as much as they want, as long as through a window or an open door. So that basically means they can pretty much look in your car at 90% of it.
Yes.
If you have alcohol or anything like that, at least put it in the trunk.
You know that you think you know the law, but you don't.
Why are you being so rude? Like, I think
They're not being rude.
I did nothing wrong. You don't have to be so rude.
Okay.
They're probably rude to men constantly.
Whoa.
Why does she have no shoes on, too? Oh, yeah, I know why.
She belongs to the streets.
Like, this is crazy.
He's not in your car. He has all right to look through the window.
April 3rd, I'm so sorry. I did nothing.
Listen, we never said you did.
I know, but you're looking in my car with my personal
If there's
life.
nothing in there, you have nothing to worry about,
I
right?
know I don't, but like that's my privacy. That's like embarrassing because I have clothes in there and like I just got broke out. I'm like,
Okay.
it's embarrassing to have so much stuff in my car. Like,
It's not that big of a deal.
it is. That's my privacy.
No, it's not. You have no expectation of privacy in public.
And you know that.
Based off of, you know, what the deputies observed and just the bit I've been talking to, we're just kind of concerned that you may be impaired.
Okay.
So not incriminating you, not saying anything like that, but what I am going to ask of you is if you could do a couple just exercises with me just to make sure that you're not too impaired to drive.
Can we just drive me and Caitlin home and like not?
Well,
and not be held accountable? Can we just like do that? Because I'm a girl, so I shouldn't be like held accountable. Like literally, I should like literally not be held accountable.
We can talk about it, but as of right now, you were driving, and now we just have to establish
That I was not driving impaired. I understand.
Okay, yeah, but we still have to do our job. You know what I mean?
No, that's what I just said. I understand. Like, yeah, we can't just. Oh no, let's drive us home. We have to
do the thing first. You know what I mean?
All
right. So, what I mean, would you be willing to just kind of run those exercises through with me?
I mean, I'm gonna let you know I can't do the ABCs backwards. No,
I didn't plan on doing
I
that
don't
one,
think
so-
most people can do that. I could probably do.
I'm going to explain it to you. I'm going to explain it. So, all it is
Wow.
Stillberg, can you do the ABC backwards?
No, I can't. I don't think
gotta
anyone
admit,
can.
I gotta admit, I can't do it either.
But that's what I'm saying. If someone calls you, unless they're a really good friend, if some like 304 calls you to pick her up
No.
from a traffic stop late at night, the cops are going to be like, well, what are you doing at 2 a.m? You were probably out drinking too. So now we have to like test you for that stuff. So anytime they go to test you for this, they are kind of looking for you to fail. So honestly, if I don't drink, I would probably just say like, hey, you know, let's just save the time. I'm going to just do the breathalyzer. And I know I'll be under the limit, so let's just save us the time here. Normally, you wouldn't want to ever do that, but you know, it'll save you time. You don't have to do the test. Just say, "Hey, I'm not even getting out of the car. Give me the breathalyzer, so we can get on our way." Don't really volunteer that.
Nope.
Try not to do that, but you know, I wouldn't actually really do the tests because they're easy to mess up. They pressure you. They want you to fail. They do make it confusing. You know, probably the cops can't even pass it, but they are doing it to incriminate you.
Yeah. So you know how we always say, you know, upon advice of legal counsel, I do not answer questions without legal counsel present.
Yeah.
And then just shut up. I'm a subject may sound, you know, upon advice of my lawyer, I do not talk to, I do not answer questions. And with that being said, if you're riding clean, you know, your insurance is good to go, your registration is good to go, your license is good to go, then, and you know you didn't do nothing wrong, and this is some BS, you keep your mouth shut. You keep your mouth shut. I'm gonna send you as a matter of fact, this is a really good video that you might have seen already, but I'm gonna send it to you. Like, this dude played it right. Because nothing you say, everything you say can and will be used against you. It doesn't say it can and will be used to exonerate you.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, if you are riding dirty, if you have effed up, then my opinion, and this is just my opinion, then yeah, you play nice. So one of the things,
a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. So one of the biggest, one of the many mistakes I made growing up is I didn't know how to back down. I didn't know how to walk away. I was like these bitches. I gotta win. Now I learned, and now it took me many years to realize that you can lose several battles and still win the war.
Yeah.
I'll lose a battle if it means me winning the war. And to me, dealing with law enforcement, winning the war is me getting home in one piece.
Yeah.
Me winning the war is getting 2 tickets when they could have gave me 4 or 5.
Yeah,
Me
exactly.
winning the war, knowing that I can take my butt to court and, have my feet, my leg brace up.
Yeah.
my feet, my legs.
Secret entrance it like Harvey Weinstein in the walker and everything like that. Yeah, he's got a walker.
Don't hate. Look. It's not my fault. I'm a service connected, disabled wartime vet. Yes, I will. And so when you know you messed up, like when I was dealing with border patrol, when I came back that one time, I was a complete ass because I know you're on a fishing expedition. Go fish.
Yeah.
I don't got no milk. I don't like no little boys. Don't like no little girls. I got no milk, no cookies. You're not going to find anything digital with me doing anything I'm not supposed to be doing. Yep. So go fish.
Go fish yourself.
But like I said, if you're clean, if you're riding clean, no, keep your mouth shut. Nothing you say, anything you say will be used to, because they know, because here's the thing, they're trained in this. They're trained on how to do this. We're not trained on how to deal with law enforcement. We're not.
No.
I'm gonna find that clip and forward it to you.
You know how they're always saying, like, "Oh, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on." They're saying, "I'm just trying to figure out how to incriminate you."
Exactly.
That's basically what they're doing. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. So you just don't even say anything. To say, I don't answer questions without a lawyer. And they might screw you up in the short term. So like, okay, well, we're gonna have to take you into the holding cell tonight. You say, all right, if that's what we have to do. But like, it depends. Okay. You have to be, think about that stuff. Because don't take the bait, because they try to gaslight you too. They're trying to get you to get upset.
And they want you scared.
Yeah.
They want you scared because scared people make mistakes. Mm-hmm. They want you scared. And so, like when I told you when he threatened to take my phone for 6 to 9 weeks to send off to break the encryption to go and see my videos. They wanted me scared that, oh no, I'm not gonna be without my phone. No, look, at that time with all the chicks I was dealing with, I could use a break. I'm like, look, I can use a break.
Yeah. So yeah, don't let them.
And it didn't work. And it didn't work.
Yeah. Yep.
You're going to stand in one spot. I'm going to watch your eyes, and that's going to be one of them. You're just going to walk in a line, and then you're going to stand on one leg. Easy enough?
Let's just pause for a second. I'm wanting to show you this C-grip. So our girl here now has to sell sex toys. Remember this chick?
No.
She has to sell sex toys now. Look
No.
at this. Look at this. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah. It's this video 2 weeks old. It says what happens if you don't have sex for 3 years, which is probably a lie. But she has to sell sex. The commercial comes in quick too. Watch this. This is beautiful. And next she's going to be demoing them on OnlyFans. Watch this. This is beautiful. I told you this would happen.
No.
We've been telling. This is part of her hitting the wall.
I always loved the idea of sex, skin to skin, the vulnerability, being wanted and wanting in return. And I used to always read sexy books from the bookstore. 3 years after my last relationship ended, I met this guy at a bar. Let's just call him Hector because he looks like this guy I knew from elementary school named Hector. So I invited Hector back to my house and he going to stay the night. And to avoid conflict, or honestly, just to avoid hurting his feelings, I would have been like, sure. But I just went, no, I'm sorry, you have to go. And he left. And then I feel gross. It wasn't fun. I felt used. And I just accepted, like, this isn't for me. And then as I'm laying on my bed, I look over at one of my 2 side tables, that one to be specific. I sleep on that side of the bed. Oh man, I forgot it was a mess over there.
No, you didn't. You're just trying to be humble. Yeah.
Folding laundry, as you can.
You're not folding laundry. It looks like shit over there.
See, because that's my retainer. And there's a roll of tissue paper over there and some chapstick. Not sexy at all.
This is her trying to be fake humble, by the way. That's pre-planned, everything that she just did there.
But this side was always supposed to be for my person. When I put it up there, I was genuinely thinking, like, whenever I meet somebody, that's where they'll put their stuff. That's their side.
Ew.
And I'm looking over at this little empty table. It was empty at the time. Me putting all this shit there was after I'd given up. But I'm looking at this empty little table that I have for a person that doesn't exist. And it hit me that I had been single for 3 years at that point, and there was nobody else on the horizon. And I just had this knowing, like,
and guys,
I'm not doing.
Single doesn't mean celibate.
No. She's trying to say that, but that's not true at all.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
She's out there doing a little bit of the
It's chicken.
And she's doing a little bit of this too.
It's called a lie by omission.
Yeah.
Doing the casual thing anymore. It was kind of a.
See that? I'm not doing the casual thing anymore. So you're not singlers. You know, she just snitched on herself. We've covered her many times before and kind of knew that anyways. But you know, this is her downturn.
Because
and just so you know, and when she says not anymore, that could have meant she done got dick down, dick decimated, and dick destroyed this morning. And now she's not going to do the casual hookup thing. Just like the chick from the video with the DUI video. She was like, I'm not touching the drop of liquor ever again. Yeah. After she done got drunk and murked someone a few days ago.
Yep.
So yeah. No.
Yep. Just watch what'll happen here. Remember, we were saying this would happen probably like a month ago.
I love the big O. The problem I always had with sex was the performance of it all. The moaning, the groaning, the
performance of it all and stuff like this. Just pay close attention to why she is saying it. Why would it be performance? Because she doesn't feel anything. And she doesn't feel anything because she's been a slord that's been hollowed out like a cave in there. That's why.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. This is a friend of the show. We cover her a lot.
panting, trying to hide the fact that I was actually watching TV. But during those,
because you can't feel anything. Look at that! Look at that! Wow.
She belongs to the street.
So guys, so this just shows you how desensitized she is from getting piped down. That she gets piped down so much that she's able to disconnect or disengage.
Yep. That's the point of it.
Yeah, this is a chick, and this is what happens when you have a high body count. You can disassociate and getting piped down, because trust me, if you're with someone, if a woman has genuine desire for you, trust me, it's not performative. She want to get it in.
Exactly. All the guys doing this, she doesn't feel a damn thing.
3 years, it's not like my sex drive just switched off, but that was fine.
Exactly. How are you pretending you're celebrating? Like, it's not like my sex drive just switched off, please.
Because the one part of my sexuality that was always real, that I never had to perform for anybody, was the part that I could do myself. And that is exactly why I said yes to partnering with Bellesa, the sponsor of today's video. Honestly, of all the brands that I could have paired up with for a topic like this.
Please, all the brands they could have paired up. They how the mighty have fallen. I told you this would happen. We should go back and watch like 2 months ago when we said this exact thing would happen.
They are the one that's about your pleasure being yours and not performed for anybody. My friends at Bellesa and I
are not your friends.
Are literally sending out free toys or gift cards for toys for anyone that signs up for my giveaway. And that's everyone. It's not a raffle.
Wait, snowboard. I have a new slogan. Toys for twats.
Put that in there.
Patent pending. Toys for twats. Patent pending. I gotta get that trademark.
A new charity, Toys for Twats. Yeah. Your first new. Not only is this your first sponsor, but it's also a charity called Toys for Twats.
Oh yeah.
Link in her bio. Remember, guys, this is her only job. Remember, this is how she makes her money now. She had to reach out to them. That's how cook she is.
But it gets even better.
Not only is this her first sponsor, but it's also I have to edit it. A charity called her charity called Toys for Twats. Link in her bio.
Oh man! But if you listen to what she was saying, she's actually setting it up, because when her OF, her Only Fools, because she said
that's coming.
The only time
I haven't even finished the video. That could be at the end.
Because remember, she did say the only time she really experiences the big O is when she does it with herself.
And
that's why she's partnering.
Yeah.
So now it's going to send her OnlyFans. So now you can watch her get herself.
That's coming. She can demo it. She can do a demo.
Oh man!
You know what I told guys? We have been saying this would happen. We've been saying this would happen for probably we've been covering her now and then 2 months. We check in on her. So I just checked in on this and I saw that it was 2 weeks old. So let's see.
So just one more thing. I have a dirty confession that I need to make. I hate to admit this, but if she does start an OF account, I might subscribe so I can watch. I'm too invested in her life now.
Yeah, exactly.
I swore I would never do it.
I'm trying to get her on the StreamYard. Come on.
But
I'll put my Discord link too.
Look,
I should give her the Discord link.
I remember the nipples. I remember the nipples. So if she does want to do a live demonstration of her partnership with Belicia, I think I might subscribe to her OF. I hate to admit it, guys. I'm sorry. Hopefully it won't come to that. But if she does, I'm subscribing.
Yeah. This is only the beginning. I told you. I haven't even finished. She might say, we'll have to show them to you or something like that's coming. Remember, she doesn't have a job. I don't think she's making much money from these videos, guys. So let's see. Let's see.
3 contestants, everybody. The link is in the description and pinned at the top of my comments. So who is Bellessa? Well, Bellessa is for all things sexual wellness, and their mission is to empower everyone to embrace, celebrate, and explore their sexuality. And girl, you know I've been needing it. So we're just gonna do a little tasteful.
No. I swear, this writes itself.
I know, I told you that. She's in there. She's in her own bed doing. Oh man, I told you this. We told you this would happen. We tried to help her.
Show and tell. For the solo girlies, there's the flutter vibe. This one does G-spot and clitoral
Wait till you see one of the other ones that she gives too.
Simulation at the same time. And the whole concept is that it's designed to mimic the
Where's
feeling.
the video? She's not showing it.
It will. I think she has to kind of hide some shit.
Oral. And it comes in a discreet little case that you can leave out on your nightstand so that you don't terrify your guests that come in. Definitely not speaking from experience. Then if you got a partner, there's the Halo 2. This is a couple's toy.
That goes on your dick.
Yep. Oh,
It's got 5 speeds.
I know
and
what
its
that
entire
is.
point is at the same time. And for the fellas, because I see you in the
Watch this. This is the funniest part of all. She hates doing this. You have to do this, Lore. How do you like hawking this?
Comment.
Next up is coming the dick pills. Watch Blue Chew and all that. My next sponsor, Blue Chew. Watch this happen. I'm telling you, this will happen.
We have the Ultra Blow, which I know sounds so intense, right? And that is because it is intense. The top ring rotates one way.
Look at this. Yes, I told you this
would happen. So just a heads up. All I want for Christmas is you. so guys, donate to Snowbird's Cash App so he can get me down for Christmas.
I might have to buy this just from her. I can tell her that. No, so she has to keep my comment because I'm a customer now.
No way. I can't unsee this. I can't unsee this.
I told you this was this funny. This writes itself.
No.
Well,
she's gonna end up coming on this show probably.
The bottom ring is thrusting. Good Lord. It's got 8.
This thing's like spinning up here. Look at this. That top thing is like spinning.
It's ribbed on the inside, and it moves wild, I guess is the only way I can describe it. And my favorite detail, and this is extremely relevant for me, Bellessa's official policy is that if your
This
dog...
is even funnier. Watch this. I forgot about this. This is even funnier. This is even funnier. Just...
dog destroys your toy, because this bitch definitely
You're a
will.
dog!
Bellessa will replace it free of charge.
But if the dog destroys a dildo or something, you get a free one back. If the dog eats it. Because the dog probably eats her pussy now and then or something like that. Look at this.
Exchange for puppy pics. So once again, to everyone that wants to join my giveaway, the link is in the description and also pinned in the top comment. All right, so go ahead and sign up and come back and we'll get right back into my tragic little bed. So I was born in the 90s and I was raised pretty sheltered. Like my mom never wanted me to go over to other people's houses. My dad didn't want me giving out our house phone to anybody. And this was before like everybody had unlimited plans. So this made it really hard to make and keep friends. So my entire picture of what an adult life was supposed to look like came from one place: TV. TV was basically my only exposure to what adult life would be like. Adult social groups, adult friendships, what grown people did. I'd see these people on TV with their big friend groups living their adult lives and think, okay, that's what it's supposed to look like. That is what being an adult is supposed to look like. Also, if you're always hearing my chair going creakety crackety, it's because I need a chair place to sponsor me. Somebody send me a chair. But even before that, I was
maybe a dildo chair or something like that. why don't you put some of the lube on that from the sex toy? You can put a little bit of the lube on that and oil it up nicely.
I was a very sexual kid, okay? And not in like a weird way, but
Wait, she just said she was a very sexual kid. She's been a slore her whole life. I'm telling
what
you.
Being an adult is supposed to look like. Also, if you're always hearing my chair going creakety crackety, it's because I need a chair place to sponsor me. Somebody send me a chair. But even before that, I was a very sexual kid, okay? And not in like a weird way, but I just mean like I was always...
Not in a weird
That's not weird at all.
She belongs to the streets.
Yep, I've been telling you, this is we're watching her fall. And she hasn't quite hit the wall yet, but that's coming. You know, we're going to check up on her the entire time. We will document her downfall, unfortunately. We try to help her. She doesn't want to be helped. Because I noticed something, too. If I go to, like, comment our videos, and, like, so anyone who, like, uses your content, you can see that on YouTube. So she knows that we've been watching. She probably watches these videos now and then to see what we're saying. To be honest.
Is interested. I remember being like a little kid that was curious about sex. I was definitely a horny teenager. In college and beyond, I would read like, you know, the sexy books and the sexy fanfic pairings of my favorite couples. That was like a whole personality trait, honestly. So I was really...
Yeah, you were a slore.
Yeah,
art
yeah.
school and everything. We've been saying this the whole time.
Excited about growing up and finally doing the thing. And I grew up watching Sex and the City, and Sex and the City makes it...
That's... What did she just say? She grew up watching Sex and the City. Now she's embodying all that. Being a slore at home, you know, selling sex toys single at 35 with no job.
Just seemed like casual sex is just normal. And like everybody is out there just having casual sex with strangers. And of course you get a few duds here and there. But for the most part, this is what grown adult women do. It's what the cool girls do. And it wasn't just that show. Pretty much every show just made it seem like that was the norm. I've wanted to have a community since the dawn of time. I used to joke that in high school, I would have pushed my best friend in front of a moving bus if it meant that I could be popular. So
look at that! Look at... We have been telling you she's a selfish, narcissistic, sociopathic slore. We've been saying this.
She belongs to the streets.
Listen to that. We have to clip that. That tells you, I'm telling you guys, this is a gold mine of content here.
if this is what grown, cool, sexually liberated women are doing, then yeah, that's who I'm gonna be, especially in my late teens and early 20s. The actual me, well, my sexual experiences were quite far and few between. The cool girl that I
See how she just contradicted herself?
I was playing and the girl that I actually was, who was definitely more introverted and sexually selective, we're not the same person. A good example is when I got my first toy, I think I was like 22 years old. I was hanging out.
Please.
Out with one of my guy friends and we were talking about sex. And I don't remember how it came up, but you know, remember I was just so natural and so free. And I just let it slip that I didn't own a toy. And he goes, "Oh, we should get you one." So we literally
of course he did. Oh my God. Yeah.
She belongs to the streets.
We should get you one. It's called the chicken head.
Chicken.
I'll be your toy. Wow. Wow. It's crazy.
Drove to the nearest sex shop and he bought me my first toy. Okay, so I'm not stupid, all right? I know that he probably intended on being able to use it on me. That never happened. But the reason why that was
Yeah, right. Please.
even happen,
even if that was true, she still got it bought for her and everything. You know what I mean?
and is because I was portraying myself like I was just this sexually liberated goddess. Recently, somebody left a comment under one of my videos about being single for 6 years. And
oh, maybe it was me. Maybe it was me.
Well, yeah, it is you. 'Cause look, she's rolling her eyes. So yeah, it is you.
I'm telling you guys, she's gonna have to end up being on this show for like $100 or something. This is coming, guys. I'm telling you, it could be me. Let's see.
That's something like she said she was single.
Nope.
She never said she was celibate. Number one, rude. But
we know that we've said that.
But what did I just say?
Definitely said that. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
it's the internet. People are going to say what they want. You're welcome to your opinions and your delusions. And I kind of laughed because I was like, buddy, you think you found the thread. You think that's the big secret, right? You think that I'm some secret hoe, right?
You are a hoe.
You are.
That's what. Yeah. Even if you're not a hoe, you're selling sex toys, which basically makes you a hoe anyways.
Right. But the actual secret is that I spent years pretending to be a secret hoe.
Oh my God.
Wait. Listen to her words. She was pretending. Because she was a real, because she was a whore. So she was pretending to be a secret one. But no, she was loud and proud. I'm a loud and proud swore.
Yeah. That's called a double negative dildo. That's what that is. Oh, man. Oh, man. Yeah. No, Dildo Man also planted the seed for a session, of course. Yeah. Yeah. This chick always writes herself. Writes, her own stuff. Unintentionally, too.
That's actually the really embarrassing part. All right. So I'm going to be talking.
See, now she's going to say, I didn't really do anything. I'm actually a good girl, the best girl ever.
A little carefully.
Even though I said that I couldn't wait to bang, had all these guy friends or going to the sex store together, and I wanted to look like I was sexually liberated, but I actually wasn't.
Because the last time I made a video about this, YouTube definitely hit me with that demonetization, and I ended up taking the video down because I was just getting a lot of comments that at that time, this is 5 years ago, I was not prepared to deal with. So if you
now you have to deal with it, sweetheart. You're going to be selling Blue Chew and stuff next. You ready for the dick pills and the OF?
Catch me using some weird frilly terms and sounding like a Victorian woman describing a scandal. That's why. So I've always considered myself a moderately sexual person. Emphasis on moderately. Like I said, when I was younger, I was very curious and I used to read the sexy books. And I figured out the entire...
Guys, women who read the sexy books are slores. Because that's what they glorify and that's what they think about and that's what they want to read about. They're not sitting there reading like Shakespeare, reading anything educational. They're reading like the Book of Hawktua or some stupid shit.
Self-care
She's reading like some sexy Harry Potter type book.
Pretty early on. Let's just say, when I was in gymnastics, when I was younger, I learned a move. It's called the pike. You go that, you stick your legs out, and I experienced what is called a coregasm. And from there, I just kept learning better and better ways to experience that feeling. But anyway, the point is, by myself, I was thriving. I knew exactly what I was doing. Full marks for myself, no notes. With other people, though, that was a different situation. I lost my virginity at 19 to a guy that was kind of my friend. It was like a situationship, but kind of not even that, like friends with benefits, but there were no benefits for me. And it was awful. He had talked me into smoking incense, which, do you guys remember incense? Is incense still around? It can't be. We had been drinking and I just felt detached from my body during the whole experience. Like it felt like it wasn't even happening to me. And it was genuinely.
Because you're dead inside. That's why.
Awful. Side note, he's like a vegan spiritual guru now. He's got like tens of thousands of followers on Instagram. Crazy wild, right? And then later, I've had 2 actual boyfriends. I'll be honest, I was underwhelmed. Because I really didn't like either of them. I was just tired of being alone.
She hates everybody.
One was a vegan bodybuilder. He was like really handsome, had a nice body. That's the guy who was young. That's the 21-year-old I dated when I was 28. Wouldn't recommend that to anybody. I didn't really feel a physical connection with him. And then there was another guy that I met at my job. He was also.
So wait a minute. You just said that he had a good body and stuff. You didn't feel a physical connection with him. It doesn't make any sense.
So very handsome. And he just kept talking to me in like this whispering voice. And I was really trying hard not to just.
See what I'm trying to say? No one is ever good enough for her. She always will find something wrong. Every single time.
Just be like, huh? What? Completely killed the vibe. Definitely.
Basically, also what I'm trying to say is the only guy who she likes is the guy that doesn't give a shit about her, comes and pipes her down, and then leaves. That's probably the only guy who she kind of likes.
Only got the ick from that. And that's when I realized, like, it doesn't matter how attractive somebody is. If I don't like the person, and if I don't have a real connection to them, then I don't.
She doesn't like anybody. As we've covered it numerous times. She doesn't like anybody or any situation.
Get anything out of having a physical experience with them. Once again, this was in my mid to late 20s that I realized that. Chip break. If you can guess what this chip is, I'll give you 5 points. What are the points for? Don't worry about that. The fucked up part is that these chips are my lunch. But knowing all that about myself and living it.
Because she doesn't know how to cook.
Were 2 completely different things, because I still had that TV script in my head that casual sex is what grown, sexy, sophisticated, liberated women do. So there was a part of me that thought, okay, maybe I just haven't done it right yet. So those 3 years between my last boyfriend and my last sexual partner, I just considered that an experiment, right? And even though
that's her quote hoe phase, it just was an experiment. I'm just experimenting, please.
I make it seem like I was on some wild and crazy sex spree. That's not what happened. And even though I realized.
Yes, it is.
Realized I didn't like it, it was fine, because I don't consider it a failed experiment, because I got information from it. I realized that I didn't like it. So first, I was on the apps, and the apps did not work for me, because as a woman, I'm actually like looking at the guys' profiles, I'm reading them, trying to discern if we're going to be a good match before I even swipe right. Guys on apps are fucking swiping right on everybody, and then
because it's a numbers game for us.
Yeah. we don't have the chance to just reject everyone like you've been doing your whole life.
So the only places where apps work for guys like us is, Dominican Republic, Colombia, Southeast Asia, where they're the ones, swiping and everything along those lines, because, privilege is invisible to those who have it. And here in the West, women are privileged, because we already know there's maybe 20% of the guys on the apps. And I think Rolo Tomasi broke it down to like, it's down like the top 5 are the ones that they're all swiping on. And so, that's how it works over here. And so, so guys, we already know that. I think I can't remember who it was. They did an experiment. There's one of these chicks, and and if you saw her, you know who I'm talking about. She did an experiment where she managed, because she was telling one of her male friends she couldn't believe his experience, and then she took over his profile.
Hey, hang on one second, Secret. She did a thought experiment.
She belongs to the streets.
And she was just so disheartened when she saw just how little interaction. This
and how
person was doing. She's in.
Disrespectful and nasty they are to you too.
Exactly.
you know, how just, you know, mean-spirited, I guess they are. Petty.
And plus, keep in mind, guys, I'm telling you right now, here in the West, you'll find that a lot of women use these dating apps just for their own personal edification, that, you know, their own pick-me-up. You know, look at all the male attention I get. Look how hot I am.
Which I feel like really defeats the purpose, right? But so as for my little experimentation, the first guy I actually met on a dating app, he was Tunisian, which I did not know that country existed before he told me. And he said that he was interested in ethical non-monogamy, which meant that he was a hoe. And I was like, you know what? That's fine. I'm cool with it. It's a very woke liberal way of saying I'm a hoe. And we hooked up, I think, twice. And the second time I was like, no, I can't do it. I just felt nothing. I felt nothing. And I wanted to, like, I don't know, go home and leave immediately.
Because you're dead inside.
Mm-hmm.
I can stick my hand in there and still flip a coin. That's how hollowed out you are.
The second guy I met at a bar, me and my friends called him J Balvin because that's who he looked like. He seemed really social, just a cool, chill person, but he came over and he left, and I felt gross. The third guy was Hector from the beginning of the video. After Hector, I felt like I had my answer. 3 times that I felt nothing, and 3 times I felt gross. And that was it. Experiment over.
Please, guys, you think she's going to say... So we've also said this, too. Whenever they tell you whatever number it is for the body count, double it or triple it, she's not going to come on here and say every little thing that happened. You know what I mean? It's just not going to happen. It just won't.
This probably was like in the span of maybe, I don't know, maybe 3 months total. But yeah, my little casual sex era.
See that? That's only a span of 3 months. So that was one guy a month. I'm telling you guys, she has been slurring it up the whole time. I know that she has. How do you think she's going to get all the free dinners and a bunch of shit like that? She has to put out sometimes.
I was officially closed for business. And I just want to be clear, I'm not shading anybody who wants to engage in casual sex. You do you, know your body, know what your needs are. And if you want to engage in ethical non-monogamy, go on and do that thing, you know? But that's the problem, right? Is that we're taking advice from different people who have different needs. You know, you got people over here that are saying, yes, do the casual sex, it's sexually liberating. And then we have people over here that are saying, don't do the sex, you'll create soul ties with these people, which I do not believe in. And I'm a woo-woo ass person. I got an abundance candle lit right here. But no, I don't believe in soul ties. I've never felt a soul tie with anybody that I've had.
Because you have no soul. You're dead inside. That's why you don't. Oh my God.
She belongs to the streets.
Wow.
Vampire.
Sex with. I saw the guy that I lost my virginity to on the street, and I was with my mom and my brother, and I was like, ah, shit, not this guy. I felt no type of tie to him at all. But with all that being said, ultimately, I did not decide to be celibate, okay? It wasn't a conscious decision that I made.
Yeah, you did. How does that make any sense at all?
I didn't say, I want to stop having sex with all men. I hate men. It was just, I was done having sex with people if I knew that.
So you made a decision to not do it.
I was going to feel gross afterward. I was done with casual sex. Sex on the fly. Sex with somebody before I even really knew them. And at that point, I had been single for 3 years, but there was a part of me that was like, it's been 3 years. I'm sure somebody is right around the corner. And if I just hold out for the right...
You know why they're right around the corner? Because you're working the corner.
She belongs to the streets.
Person, then it'll all work out. I didn't know that I would continue to be single for the next 3 years. That was not in the plan. And when your rule is, I'm only going to do it with somebody that I like, or with somebody that I actually feel a connection to, who wants to commit to something real, and you're like me, that pool is very small. And it just kept not happening. And I had plenty of chances, you know, I don't want to make it seem like because I was having a dry spell.
See, she had plenty. Again, she's had the pick of the litter for like 20 years, guys. So don't feel bad for her. Don't buy into this bullshit.
that nobody propositioned me, because that's not true. There were guys that I was attracted to. In particular, there was one guy that I was pretty attracted to, and we went out for drinks. And then we ended up coming back to my house and, we kissed a little bit. But then I was like, okay, you got to go. Because the reality is, I know where that road goes. That road ends up in a situationship. And girl, I'm too old for that. And then, there are plenty of guys that showed interest that just kind of faded out. That's what I call romantic ghosting. And honestly, I probably could have slept with a few of them before they faded away. But that's not what I wanted. So I wasn't just sitting around waiting to find a willing body, because willing bodies were available, but willing hearts were not. Good Lord, that was super cringe.
Yeah, that was really cringe.
You die from cringe. Should I do the Gen Z heart? But willing hearts were not. I think that's pretty cute. I normally hate the Gen Z heart because it looks freaking stupid. So I told you at the beginning that I have 2 nightstands, one for me and one for the partner that never came. And after Hector, there was just nothing on it. I have a queen size bed, and I would go to sleep at night and it would just feel so empty and so cold with just me on there. And I ended up getting a heated blanket for the warmth and for the weight, and I started letting my dog sleep on the bed, even though I know.
Oh, of course you did. We know that that was happening the whole time.
Her ass is dirty, because I just liked the thought of another presence being there. And
because you are a dog.
That random feeling of loneliness would just hit me at certain times. When I was cooking, because I love to cook, I would just make.
No, you don't love to cook. You're eating chips for lunch. Get out of here. And remember how she said she couldn't cook a souffle or whatever, so she lost the job from that? So she's lying about that. Kevin Samuels would have had a field day with her. Yeah, rest in peace. Talked to too many who thought celibacy would help them find a man. Yeah, after they already had like 3 bastard kids. Yeah, Kevin Samuels would have had it. That this is the perfect Kevin Samuels candidate.
This whole big beautiful meal, and at the end I would look down and realize it was just me there to eat all of that. I do share a lot of my food with my dog, and I would cry.
Of course you do.
I would cry. Not even about the sex, because it wasn't about the.
Do you think they eat at the same bowl?
Of course they do. Of course they do. Yeah. And they always cry when they're alone. That's, so in person, it's usually manipulation, but they usually cry when they're at home alone like that. I don't feel bad for her, guys. Listen to what she just said a minute ago. Oh, I have plenty of options and opportunities. So, I mean, at a certain point, you have to pick something.
Sex. It was about the connection, right? The intimacy, the feeling of another person holding you, somebody to sleep with at night. And I tried to fill it where I could, still read those sexy books and those fan fictions. And there was a.
See, look at this. There's even a dog reading a book. Look at this.
Because it wasn't about the sex. It was about the connection, right? The intimacy, the feeling of another person holding you, somebody to sleep with at night. And I tried to fill it where I could, still read those sex.
See, she's a dog. She identifies as a dog. Look at this.
Books and those fan fictions. And there was a whole stretch of time where I was reading a book a day. Okay. I have an Audible subscription.
No, she was reading she's not reading anything educational. It's gonna be just slop. Smut books they call it. Women love that.
I have Amazon Prime, and I would just get one of their free books. Sometimes they were free, sometimes they were $1, and I would just read a book a day because
no, it'd be listening to a book a day.
Just needed to feel something. They weren't always romance books, but a lot of them were romance books. I hate being one of those people that's like, oh yeah, I read a lot. And then you go and look at my library and it's just a bunch of fucking sex books. That's embarrassing. Okay. I just wanted to feel that romance.
And the only other books she reads that are not sex books, it's like a Harry Potter or Disney book, guaranteed.
Warmth, even if it was second
or like Twilight, something like that.
And on a page, if I could describe,
or 50 Shades of Grey. That's it. That's what the modern women read: Harry Potter, Twilight, 50 Shades of Grey, smut. That is it. That is it. Nothing else.
to you how it felt. It was like I was starving and those books were like grapes. Technically food, but not enough.
And we know, you know why she said grapes? Because she has a grape fantasy. Come on now.
She belongs to the streets.
Enough to make me.
She has like a ICE guy coming to detain her fantasy.
Me feel fulfilled. Like I would eat the grapes and they would help, but I was definitely still hungry. And in all that time, even though I was starving, even though I was.
And you know why she was like that way? She wanted to be fulfilled.
Hungry, I still said no to casual hookups because it's just not what I wanted. So Science Corner here, because I wanted to know, like, where did I get this idea that adult free liberated woman engaged in casual sex? Well, the sexual revolution started in the 1960s when the birth control pill became widely available and women were arguing that they should have control over their own bodies with the feminist movement. And for the first time, sex was about feeling good and not just about procreation. And for me, something that's.
No, it was about feeling good before. They just did it with a husband. Still felt good for them. They just weren't hedonistic 304s. That's the only difference. They were still satisfied. They were happy. The more sexual liberation you have, the less satisfied you are because it becomes a hedonistic dopamine trap, basically.
Started as you're allowed to want and have casual sex turned into you're supposed to want to have casual sex. And something is wrong with you if you don't.
And that's because Small Hats programmed that. What is HBO? Hebrew Box Office. Who owns OF? A Small Hat. Who owns Cornhub? A Small Hat. Who owns Tinder? I believe it's a Small Hat. A ton of these are all owned by Small Hats because they want you to basically become a degenerate.
You know, the word hookup really took off in the 2000s, which was the exact time that I was a kid soaking in that guidance. So something that I thought was really interesting that I found out when I was looking this up is that it turns out that younger generations have more casual sex than older generations did, but they're not having more sex in general. And I think that the part that I didn't know when I was a young teen watching all these shows with all these hip young women is that there's like this myth that's baked into all that programming, which is good sex is supposed to be automatic. And if the chemistry is there with the other person, then your body just takes care of the rest. And for a lot of women, that is just simply not how the body works. Plenty of women do not finish from one kind of stimulation.
Well, they don't finish because they've been banged out too many times that they're numb. They need like a freaking 20-inch long dick to feel anything. Also, too, the toys, like the same toys that she's selling, they desensitize the women. So it kind of becomes to a point where you can actually never compete with the toy because it's like, it's designed by a scientist to like basically do that. That's the thing about hedonism. You always need to keep it escalating. Yeah. Yep.
A lot of us feel like if that's the case, then we are the problem, that we're broken, that we're different.
Yes, it is a you problem. So a ton of times, guys, these women, they can't orgasm and stuff because that's part of their own fault a little bit too. Like, I don't know if you've ever been with some of these girls and you're just like slamming the hell out of them and nothing happens, but they're like, oh well, you need to like choke me or do this. Like, no. That's a you problem at that point. Like this should be pretty good. So that's kind of a you problem at that point. But of course they're gonna blame the guy, but like that's kind of a you problem at that point. You have to you need to figure out how to psychologically deal with that or something like that.
Difficult.
Including if you're a guy and you had that and you weren't able to finish or something because you have a psychological problem. That's a you problem.
I just feel like I spent my whole life.
And that's, part of some self responsibility, but or that'll never happen for them.
Trying to pass a test, and the test was fake the whole time. So I feel like this is the part of the video where,
because you live a fake life of lies,
I'm supposed to tie it all up now, tell you what those 3 years taught me, what these 6 years taught me, how I found myself, and how I'm so grateful for the journey, and every empty night made me who I am today. But I'm not gonna do that, because that would be a lie. People love to say, oh, I'm glad I went through such and such hard thing because I learned and I grew as a person. And
that's what you just spent the whole time trying to pitch to us.
No,
this is the thing about her. She always does this shit, but I do like kind of watching it. Like, I like watching it because I'm laughing at it. She thinks that we like watching it because she did this on purpose. No, she didn't.
Honestly, it sucked. This entire 3 years without sex has sucked. The 3 years before that, where I was trying the casual thing, fucking sucked. Okay, and honestly,
wait,
it's time to really appreciate.
She just told on herself. So first she said she's been single for 3 years, and now she's saying that she's been celibate for a year.
Yeah.
Just told on herself. And she was trying to diss that comment. Celibate, I'm single doesn't mean celibate. Well, she just admitted she was slanging and banging. She during that 3 years. She just hasn't been piped down in the past 12 months.
Just because she didn't,
which is probably a lie.
I was doing a little bit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look, just because you were faking doesn't mean I wasn't.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And guess what? She could have used some of the toys to help her along the way or something like that. Some girls need to do that. Need to kind of diddle themselves when they're getting banged. And that's what I'm saying. That's like part of what they need to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's fine.
And learn and grow as a person is like telling me that I needed to have my left hand cut off so that I could appreciate my right. I just feel like it was unnecessary. I didn't need 3 years of an empty bed and
she was with this. Look at this. She was with
And honestly, saying that I needed this time to really appreciate and learn and grow as a person is like telling me that I needed to have my left hand cut off so that I could appreciate my right. I just feel like it was unnecessary.
Captain Hookup. He was with Captain Hookup. This was the guy who was diddling the hell out of her. This was a toy in one hand.
I didn't need 3 years of an empty bed and a heated blanket and crying over a pan of food for me to appreciate a lesson that I already knew. I knew it the night that Hector left. I probably knew it before then, and I was just ignoring it. Figured it out in one night. I didn't need 3 years to underline it. I know. Let me calm down. Woosah. Are people still saying that? Probably not. So am I grateful? No. Honestly, I'm a little resentful. And I think
because this is the downfall of her. Looks-wise, she hasn't hit the wall yet, but like psychologically, she is starting to hit the wall. Look at this. Why is she selling sex toys and doesn't even do anything like that? You know what I'm saying? She shouldn't be selling this stuff. She has to because she's cooked herself into a corner.
I'm allowed that. I'm allowed to be mad. And I don't want to sit here pretending like it was just some beautiful lesson. I didn't choose.
That's what you did the whole time.
To be celibate. It's just what happened when I decided to start choosing myself. Ugh, that's so corny, isn't it? I didn't stop wanting.
And probably one could argue that celibate doesn't mean you diddle yourself. It means absolutely no. That's like what monks do. They don't beat off or anything like that. They retain their seed because they think that helps like give them more power, more energy. So they're like when they say they're celibate, that doesn't mean that they're cranking their hog at night. They just do not do it at all. She's not doing that. So she's probably fantasizing about it all the time and everything, and he's reading those books and everything. So she still is kind of sexually stimulating herself. That's not celibacy. Celibacy is no sexual stimulation at all, in my opinion. It might even be the definition of it.
And just so you know, she just told herself again because she says she's choosing herself. This is what she's been doing, choosing herself. She's been doing this all along.
Yeah.
This isn't nothing new.
Yeah. And you can't tell me some guys never tried to make her bust. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure that plenty of them did try to make her bust. You know what I mean? Like, you know, that's what I
didn't stop wanting sex. I just stopped performing this societal idea that I had learned that I was supposed to be more sexual than I actually wanted to be. Personally, my sexual liberation did not look like casual hookups. It looked like setting my own boundaries for the type of sex that I wanted and the type of person that I wanted to have sex with. And the reality is, this is the whole message to me underlying this video, because I know some of you are very traditional. And I think that if you're a very traditional person, you want to wait to have sex, you should do that. And you should find a partner who wants that as well. I think a lot of the issue that we have today is...
Are you going to find that in the West today? Hell no.
She belongs to the streets.
We have so many different people telling everybody what they should be doing. We have the red pill guys who want a traditional virgin, which, yo, if you want that, I don't give a fuck. Go ahead. Find you a virgin out there who wants...
She hates that.
Mm-hmm.
She actually hates that.
To cook all your food and, I don't know, bow to your every whim. I don't give a fuck.
It's you do.
Oh,
yes, you hate it.
Obviously she do. Obviously she do.
Yeah, she does. Yep.
Because now she's using shaming language. You know,
that's
to bow down to you, to cook your every meal and bow down to you.
I don't give a fuck. Do you understand?
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, of course you do. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, you do. Look at that. Wow.
Bree becoming gangster. Look, baby, like, baby, no. Now, that's just a desperation showing. I can smell it. Oh my God, this is priceless.
Yeah. There's only going to be more of this that comes up, I'm telling you.
I had a dream I fucked your brains out.
Not going to be me. That's the only issue I have, you know? If you have an idea of what you want in a person, then you should go after that. And if you don't find that and you end up...
We're not asking for your permission, ho.
...lonely, then that's on you. Shit.
That's on you, like you just said, but you're being a victim somehow.
That's what's happening with me, right? You can't force people to be the thing that you want them to be. You have to be who you want to be, and hopefully you find your person. So if you're a person out there who's sexually liberated, you want to have an open relationship. I don't know what my cat's doing. Oh, you're so cute.
He wants to jump out the window and kill itself.
But if you're sexually liberated and you want to live a sexually liberated...
Get me away from this crazy bee snatch.
Liberated lifestyle, go do you, go be you, do whatever you got to do. It's not my business, okay? But don't try to force that lifestyle on everybody else. Some of us are happily out here diddling ourselves, okay? So...
Snowboard, you two were made for each other. This is a match.
I know. Oh my God, look at this. And she's not happy. She just said that she said we're out and you're happily diddling herself. She just said a few minutes ago that she was crying to herself with the electric blanket and stuff and the dog there.
Wait, Snowboard. You know how to diddle dead weight. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can help her. I've been trying to help her the whole time. Remember, I gave her the directions how to bake the souffle. You know what I'm saying? Like, now I can show her how to bake a cream pie.
She belongs to the streets.
So I wanted to remind you again about the sponsorship with Balesa. I said,
plug it again. Oh, she has to butt plug it this time. She might bring that up. Seriously, that might actually be part of the ad. I'm not even kidding.
Like there's more than one person running this YouTube channel. Good Lord, girl, it's me the whole way through all of it. But once again,
you make like one video a month. course you don't. You can't pay anyone to help you.
Friends at Balesa and I are literally sending out free toys or gift cards for toys for anyone who signs up to my giveaway. Once again,
she's begging you to have it. She probably doesn't even get really much money from this. It's probably like her first one, so they're saying you get a free thing.
and that link is in the description and will be in the pinned comment at the top of the comments, okay? And with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments. What are some lies about sex that you were taught growing up? Let me know. I can't be the only idiot who fell for Sex in the City or something similar. And how has that affected you today? Are you still holding on to those feelings, or have you grown? Let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs up. If you like this video, give me a thumbs down. If you dislike this video, this is my first sponsored video, so that's pretty cool.
See, she's been doing this for years. I told you this is her first sponsor. Look at this. Oh my God. Next sponsor is Chew or something like that. I'm telling you that will happen.
Look,
I'm telling you, she has no job. She has to. She has to do it.
Well, Snowbird, you can give her the finger.
Yeah.
Now, so guys, just FYI, I went to the site. So the toy is called the Ultra Blow. It's $169.
Oh, that's a lot of money.
But there is a 60% off coupon. So
from her?
Well, I don't know if it's from her, but it's on the site. So with the 60% off coupon, it comes to $69. So guys, I need y'all to send Snowboard $69.
Yeah, help me out. Yeah. And I'll call it free, the mannequin.
So
I could basically put it in a mannequin's mouth.
Oh my goodness!
I could bang him.
Insane.
You know, I could get a blow up doll of her and put that in the lower part. Just duct tape it. Here's the Cash App. Help me out, guys. Help me out.
Oh man!
That would help me out.
Look, we need Snowboard so he can do a product review.
I can write back to her. Thanks, this helped change my whole life.
Uh-huh.
Now I don't get poison ivy on my dick anymore.
Oh man.
Oh man. Yeah, look at this. Carlos put she's doing a mole within 6 months. Yeah, it takes time to get the casting.
That would be priceless.
Oh my God, that's coming. Everything that we've joked about has been happening. Yeah. I'm telling you.
You guys did that, so thank you very much. You got me on somebody's radar. Appreciate that. But yeah.
Yeah, I helped get you on the radar. I'm helping you.
I hope you're having a wonderful day.
I do more lives and videos on you than you even make videos yourself. I'm serious. She makes like one video a month, says this is her income.
Day or night, wherever you are, and I will see you next time.
Give me kisses, yeah. But watch this, like when they go to her thing. So I have like 1,000, 10,000 more subscribers than her, which I don't really care too much about the subscriber rate. That was a 2 weeks ago thing. So if I go to videos, and she doesn't do any shorts either. Latest 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month. So she does like a video once every 3 weeks. Is basically it. But this is her first sponsor, and she's been doing YouTube about 3 years. So she's not making much money on these at all, guys. Like, this isn't 10,000 views. 12,000 views, 28,000, 51. And a lot of it's actually us covering the shit. So let me see how much videos she actually has. She has 44 videos. And she's probably been doing this since 2019. Look at this. So we've probably done 10 videos on her, if not even more, or covering her on random lives now and then. So she's gonna be doing a mold. She's gonna have to do some type of Hawk Tuah video or something like that. She doesn't even do shorts. So, she's not really hustling. She doesn't do any live streams, anything like that. Let's see maybe I can join and become a member. Look at the joining thing. Small disaster, 0. So she only has a 2, like honorary, Humanican. So no one's buying the shit here. But you can join for $1.99 a month to just get loyalty badges in her name and comment in the live chat. But she doesn't do any lives, so it doesn't really give you anything. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't do lives, or at least that I see. Popular. There's no live streams, because usually it would say, live stream and have the past one. So let me see if she commented on it. Probably not, but
I always love the idea.
Oops. Comments. Not only is this for a sponsor, but it's also called Toys for Twats. Link in bio. That was a pretty good one, C-Grip. But look at the Sims. Also, congrats on the sponsor. It's nice to see you get a bit of money for your content, which I enjoy and think you are underrated. I hope you get more views and revenue because you're not making shit.
What? They said that?
Yeah. No. They're not. I said they're not making shit. Because I don't think that she really is. All you need is to reset. You really not that behind, and the fact that you got all the courage to say this openly to randoms, like this is a total sign. She has no other choice.
And who knows? And maybe if she started taking it from behind, she would be a lot further along.
Oh yeah, yep, definitely. Never had sex before, hoping it will happen soon. I never had the opportunity growing up. If I did, it was too innocent and too sheltered. That looks like a black dude as well. I think I'm one of those guys. He likes to get to know women deeply beyond initial attention. Attraction opens the door for me. Most times I end up discovering something that puts me off, and then other times I know I'm a rare breed of man. Let's see.
Beta.
Yeah. Black Kojak. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if a guy wants to be celibate and stuff, that's fine. I'm not mocking anyone for doing that, by the way. Like, it's actually takes a lot of discipline to do that. But these are mostly simps in her comments. This guy puts 3 years as a rookie number. Goon City has a lot of residents. Great video. What a sponsored video. Damn, I love your insights on things. What insights have you ever gained from her except that she just how women lie to themselves and everything? New to channel. Hide the fact that you were really watching TV is diabolical. Interesting content. Crazy. Mr. I love you. You look magnificent.
Oh.
You see all these simps, guys? That's what I'm saying. She has no problem finding simps to help her and stuff like that. That's probably actually how she makes a living. There's probably simps maybe super chat her. I think you can gift a video, so they probably send $10 and shit like that. But it's not a ton of it. So if we go to her, let me just show you this here. We go to this thing here in the more. So in 2019, so that's about 7 years of YouTube, almost exactly. She in 44 videos. Well, she may have others unlisted too, like I do. 1,500. So like one. I mean, excuse me, 1.5 million. Let me just look at something here. Let me go to my shit. Because she doesn't hustle doing anything. Okay, so I don't have... Well, I think the views have gone down because I took a lot off. So I have basically a third of her views. But in like, so I joined February 16th, 2025. So I've only been doing it, and I didn't really start doing stuff till like March. So that's what I'm saying. Like, and I haven't made a dime from YouTube yet. I'm still like waiting for the first check to come in and learn how all that is. So she's not making much money, guys. She's sloring on the side. I'm telling you that she is. Maybe I should send her email and say, hey, are you accepting money for feet pics and stuff like that?
No.
How much for a picture of your gash?
No.
120 bucks. I can Venmo you right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she doesn't have a choice. So, again, we'll be viewing her again, and like, it's coming that she's gonna have to do some type of OF or something like that. So, anyways, guys, it's like 1 a.m. here. I'm gonna call it a night, and I hope you guys have a good night. So take it easy.
Thanks for having me, Snowboard.
Yep.
You have a good one.
Yeah, you too, guys. Thanks.